Until Nova's here.
Yeah.
Oh no, Slender got him.
Yep.
Beware of the knock.
Like Slender, like
You've been following the trial of the girl who killed for Slender, right?
like that's how you know something's real. When someone decides to kill for it.
She got 40 years in a mental hospital.
Sure got life.
She killed her best friend for Slender.
Alright, Harrison's back.
Mhm.
So, what do you think?
I think we should be cautious about how much we fix up. I'm also worried about how far it is away from towns and stuff.
That's part of the good thing, though. It's like, if we can't kill it, the town can't kill it.
Eventually, we can get stalls and stuff to get back there quicker.
And we could just pick it up and move it with Harrison.
The town?
No,
The tower.
The tower.
It's got a basement.
You might be able to.
We can't pick up and move the basement.
Like you might be able to teleport the whole building.
Well, yeah, it's true. Turn it
Not
into
that
a
experience,
moving tower, a teleporting magic tower. It teleports everywhere we want to go, like the TARDIS.
It was
Well,
alright.
maybe
You
if
got
with
me.
We
Apple
shrink it.
Strands,
We shrink it
powers,
down on
we
the
could.
outside, but we make it bigger on the inside.
I'm down with that. I'm shrinking it down to a size that Harrison can move.
That'd be funny. We shrink it down to the size of like that thing that Kronk carried Yzma on the back of. And Harrison
Alright,
carries it
so
around
we
his
go to
back.
the builders, the masons.
Dwarf Masons
Guild.
Guild of Grimsby.
Yep.
Okay. You do that.
We
So
we
you
go
come
to the
up.
front door.
You come up to this big stone building with two pillars in front, and each of the pillars you can see has a coal fire built into the base of the pillars, and you can see like near the top smoke coming out, and at the middle of the pillar there's another, looks like some sort of like stone tube that runs into the house and through the building, and it's nice big stonework, really well done. You walk up to the front door, and there's just a giant stone knocker in the shape of a lion's head.
I knock it.
You do that.
Not the barbershop one.
So you wait for about 5 minutes without much going on.
I open it.
Tug on the handle and nothing happens. About a minute later, you see in one of the openings on the side, you see a little dwarf peek through, peek his head real quick, and then you hear click. The door, it's solid stone, it's like peeks his head out. It's like, what can I do you for?
I look at the group like, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I want.
Oh, you looking for work?
I
Pulls
am.
the door open more. Hey, we've been looking for some work for a while.
Alright, well, let's get some experienced people down here. We'll go over what we're looking at.
Hey, come this way, come this way. We're actually doing some planning. We haven't had many jobs in a recent amount of time, so we've just been planning out some things to try and get the people of Grimsby, maybe a Coliseum. We don't know. Just
They
coming
haven't
up.
done anything. We can haggle them down. Anything will work now. So I lay out the map on the table. What was the guy's name again? Ugh.
Hold on one second.
I just rolled a 17 diplomacy just so I can be chummy with the kid.
So you don't. He never said his name.
What's your name, by the way, kid?
Hi, my name's Eamon.
Eamon.
Are we sure it's a kid?
He's small.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
you guess he's like 45, 50.
And dwarf years.
Yeah.
Eamon, nice to meet you. My name's Lex. This is Iris. That's Mrs. Taciturn over there, and I point to the.
He shakes all of your hands and turns very vigorously. Hi, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
And today this guy's known as Tree Frog.
Hi, hello, Mr. Tree Frog.
So where can we talk to some experienced builders here?
Right this way. He kind of leads you up this big stone spiral staircase that goes up to what you suspect was the main tower that you saw on top. And as you guys come out, there's this large, fairly large room with a work table in the middle, and there's 6 or 7 dwarves all working around this work table, drawing on different parts of the same schematic. When you arrive out, Eamon goes, and the dwarves, oh, hello there. What can we do you for?
Well, we're looking to refurbish a piece of property we took claim to. Want to get some prices and estimates, and how could you guys can get the job done if the price is right?
All right. So what kind of tower are we looking at?
Have you ever heard of the Tower of Gweflin?
Not quite sure I have.
So I unroll our map that we have, and I say, this is where we're at here. Here's Grimsby, or Grimsby, whatever the hell we're at.
Yes, kind of things.
And I show them the path we took and where the tower's at. Like, it's about an 18 feet from floor to ceiling each level. There's a couple of holes blown in the walls from some misadventuring. We're just looking for to secure the front doors, all the escapes, fix the walls,
Okay, well,
liven up the place.
totally understandable. Totally understandable. So, if we wanted to give you more firm numbers, we'd have to go out there and do an appraisal of sorts and just kind of look things over and estimate how much the stone would be and how many hours it would be for work. First off, do you have a deed or a license from the local magistrate?
No, we just took it.
There is no local magistrate.
It's out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, he kind of looks kind of hesitant and tucks in his shirt, looking at one of the older dwarves. Well, you may have to go and talk to the Lady Raychild and get a permit for such a thing. Sorry to say.
28 diplomacy. I sit down at the table with them. I get pretty close to Shelly, put my arm around him, like, we'll deal with the permits and everything. I have this thing you guys might be interested in. I've heard it's priceless from several people of higher worthiness. And I pull out the dagger. And
So, as you pull out the dagger, 2 of the dwarves are like,
so what can we work with here?
give us a minute. I'll walk over to the corner and they're kind of all whispering to each other. After about a good 5 minutes of this, one of them was like, yeah, they have They turn around and come back and they're like, so, we'll take the dagger and we'll work it under the table. And we have to be pretty quiet about this. If the Raychilds catch wind, we'll be held to pay forever.
Who are the Raychilds?
Lady Raychild runs Grimsby.
Never I talked to her? No, we talked to the sheriff. Well, how is she with the sheriff?
In her pocket is my
much as almost everyone else.
We're good with the sheriff.
I mean, you can try, but I don't know. How many permits are allowed to come our way recently?
What does she have against you guys?
Well, it's kind of a long story. Kind of has to do with. Hold on, this way. Sorry, I forgot his name.
What's your character's name, Billy?
My character's name? Lex.
So hey Lex, toss me that dagger.
How far from you am
Far enough that it'll come back to you.
I? I pick it up by the blade and I fling it at Tree Frog.
And I make you catch it. But I don't, and it comes back.
And I catch it.
Uh-huh.
Well, do you know who the Grimes family is?
I do not.
Well, it's where the Grims of Grimsby come from. Gadden Grimes, the kind of last of the line. Well, we let him work with us for a few months. And Lady Raychild got wind. That was 3 years ago. We haven't had much work since.
She's the mayor of Grimsby.
Lady. She's so the way that the system works here is there's a court of families who are influential families, and every for five years, the court votes on who's going to.
So she's essentially the mayor.
Essentially, yeah.
Is it like the founding families, basically?
Make a history check.
Oh, I know history. Heck, this
Knowledge
will.
history.
What about knowledge and nobility?
Knowledge too.
12.
I could be wrong, but I think nobility is more about how to be noble than it is about people who are noble.
26.
Okay, so you know from some various hearings and sayings and goings on that the Raychilds probably usurped their place in the court from the Grimeses. They literally killed off the father, killed off the mother, burned their house to the ground, and got away with all of it, and kind of pushed the whole court
That's
out.
what you're saying is evil.
And Gadden is the only remaining member of the Grimm's family left.
How long ago was this?
Oh, it would have been about 67 years ago.
Okay.
So
So
it's
this
evil.
is probably the generation after that was in charge. So they may not be evil.
You mean the usurpers?
Just like the children of them. I kind of whispered this to you.
I'm like, oh. So you're the usurpers then. Right, Emma?
Don't say things like that around here.
One of the older dwarves is kind of like,
Alright, so here's what I'm willing to do for you. If you can get the Wizards Guild and put some good teleportation spells on stones that will support this castle, and you get the stones supporting the tower, and you fix it up, I'll give you the dagger. Until then, we'll have to work with
We'll deal.
800 gold. And then when we get the dagger
Well-
back, we'll want the gold.
So
That'll get you guys materials,
we can
food.
we can take we'll take 400 down now to go out and look at the tower, do an appraising, draw up sketches, and give you guys a few options. And that'll cover some of the down payment on materials. We can cover the rest of the cost later. How's that sound? As we go. We want to make sure that it's going to work with our materials and that we're actually going to be able to work with the sorcerers guild to make this all work out. We also got to be quiet.
Let me deal with the Sorcerer's Guild, and then we'll come back to you. That does sound good. Here's 300 gold, right? Oh 11. Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure I said 400.
Okay.
It's 100 each, right?
All right. That works for us. Here's 400 gold. Remember, mum's the word.
So, off out of character,
Uh,
we did not go and pick up the gold that you blew out of the side of the tower.
no, we don't.
So we could go and see if we can find, like, later on, we could go and see if we can find
I
some.
mean, also the way I see it too, both in character and out of character. If they find it, then whatever. It's probably not.
We could be part of their payment.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Whatever you guys find you like.
Harrison, did you get all that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
are you
hearing
able to hear
us?
us okay?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
great.
also.
You don't sound very
I
sure.
have not been sleeping well, so I can hear you. Can I process you?
Yeah.
Eh,
So we're
So
each-
you know that we just gave them 100 gold each, right? To go
no,
look at the tower.
So I won't ask, factoring the portion
yeah.
some changes.
So I have. Okay. So I have. There's still 4 pelts in the cart. I'm not willing to give them any like potions that I have. So I
You
feel
can
like
hang
they might
on to
come
those.
and steal
Yeah,
later.
weapons.
There are still 4 pelts in the cart. If you want somebody to pay somebody to turn them into something, or pay them, or like give them to a craftsman or something.
We could, since you don't.
Well, they belong to all of us. I may have
Yeah.
an animal, but they belong
Yes,
to
yeah.
everybody.
I mean, they're useful for.
Because right now, I don't think
I don't.
they're.
I mean, I don't think any of us are going to be leather workers or anything like that. So.
Well, I guess right now, if I know enough about skinning, we could have already baked them in the cart and turned it to leather so they can be blankets or even rugs for the tower.
That's true.
I think we'll keep them and use them as blankets or something.
Okay.
So I've been seeing a bunch
Porcelain,
of
okay.
things on
What?
Facebook and
Porcelain.
Pinterest
Yeah.
about using silicone trays like that. And
Did you just buy
like
those yourself?
freezing coffee or
What?
freezing
Did you just buy those
things to
yourself?
make other things.
Nice.
I think it'd be cool to buy more of them.
Okay.
Cherry
So,
portals and your.
You know that. You guys know the illusion where, like, when there's a bunch of like lines,
Yeah.
where they intersect, you can like, if you look in the right places, like dots like fly
Mhm.
through. It keeps doing that.
That. Oh yeah.
It's kind of trippy.
I had a little freezer.
Nice. You guys ever watch Codename Kids Next Door?
Hmm.
Did you ever see the episode where the one kid ends up making out with a teenager that's like their enemy? No.
Vaguely.
He's like she was like messing with him for her operation that she was on, and like she would kiss him and then he'd be like dazed for one turn of combat.
So,
Nah.
are you guys all done with the masons then?
Yep.
Okay, so they bid you adieu. You guys heading back to the gunsmith? It's been 3 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, so you head back to the gunsmith. You get there, and your gun's sitting there waiting on the counter for you. And the dwarf behind the counter. So you arrive. You walk in the door.
Ask him if it's finished.
Alright, here it is. He slides it across the counter.
Does it look normal and well and good?
Collaborates.
So yeah, what are you gonna pick it up? Or
Yeah, yeah.
should we walk? So
Just
as
inspect
you
it.
as you kind of walk closer, he kind of pulls it back a little bit, and he's like, "I was thinking, an adventurer like yourself might be needing a dagger attachment for his gun. How's 30 gold say?" And he pulls out this nice looking iron dagger attachment that would just like click on to your gun, and there's like a screw that would tighten it on, and it's just like a mini bayonet that would go on the bottom of your gun.
I tell him, I got my pointy thing right here, and I pull out my rapier and show him.
Ah, but you never know. You might get disarmed. I mean, how's 25 going?
Nah, I'm good. Really.
Oh, okay, suit yourself. He hands you your gun. Have a good day. Okay. Okay. So you guys are basically done in Grimsby.
I want to find the pallet.
Oh, you want to go looking for it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did we return our horse and cart, or we just
No,
did
we
we
don't
buy
have
it?
that yet. We didn't.
Yeah, you
We
still
bought
have
the
it.
cart.
You guys used it to come back, so you might want to drop that off.
I'd still like to sell that gold placard.
Okay, so you want to go to a blacksmith?
Yeah.
There's
That's what I'm saying. Where no one's looking at things and touching things. Like, no one, come on. Well, no one grab my hand. I'm walking. She's running down the aisle, and she grabs like gotcha, and then ran past me.
where did we go? This is what I don't get for organizing myself properly. Okay. Well, I can't remember the name of the blacksmith. I can't
Jim.
find it.
I wouldn't care.
I do. I wrote it down and I know I did.
I was living with my mom, and soon after we got married, my mom would always get like 2 boxes of those for me for Christmas or my birthday.
So, Bronzebeard blacksmith.
Bronzebeard blacksmith.
Hey, we've been there before.
Oh, is there like a historian, or what about like Stonebeard or
Yeah, that's
Dwarf Gita, Dwarf Geta?
that's the tablet here.
Oh, Stonebeard is the tablet.
No, the Stonebeard is the temple where the tablet is. The Dwarf Gita tablet is the tablet.
Oh. And we already know everything we need. We already have everything we need to get to Stonebeard. It's just the traveling.
So we haven't really looked at that yet. Like, you guys have the map. Your characters have looked at it, but I haven't actually shown you how it is on the map. So we have to. That's what I was going to do next. I was prepping to flip the map. So much smoking. Okay.
That's like the, oh my gosh, what's the live action, what's his name? From Thornberrys?
Oh, Nigel Thornberry.
Yeah, it's like a live action Thornberry.
I think I already showed Harrison, but I'll swing it to Harrison.
Okay, so in Dwarvis.
So you arrive. Are you? You meet the lady at the counter, the female dwarf. She says, "Hello there, dear."
Plop the placard on the counter. And dwarf is saying,
Zero
watch yourself
diplomacy.
as metal.
Alright. She picks it up, takes a bite out of it, or a bite at it, flexes a little bit. She's like, "I'll probably get you 10 gold pieces for it."
What?
Okay.
How big is this
Okay, done.
packet? Small. Oh.
What the heck, Billy? I would ask, like, any normal person would ask, where did you find that? But then again, I've been on the internet long enough to know that you don't find this stuff. You come
finds you.
across it.
No, I stumbled on it. I didn't come across it. Yeah.
Okay, so roll.
Yep, 10 gold.
Okay.
Have a good day, sir.
We go and return the horses.
You do that.
Is it all good if I leave my my cart here so we're not carrying it around? Lug it,
We were just gonna jump it up for firewood anyway.
lug it up, lug it to and fro.
So they're not gonna actually chop it up into wood. In the past, that was their thought, but they're just gonna watch it for us. And just leave it.
We're just gonna let it
We're gonna
sit
chop it
there.
up in wood.
No, we bought
No.
Oh, you bought that?
it. We worked for it.
Yeah, that's right.
We're just leaving
Yeah,
it
so-
there, but
so I-
it's not theirs. It's still
Yeah, so-
ours.
I don't. If something happens to it, it's not my responsibility.
Are you owner of this establishment?
Yeah.
How
How's it
about
not
we
your
give you
responsibility?
5 gold
Whose
to
card
leave it
is it?
here and not touch it?
That's why I asked if it'd be cool if we left it here.
Oh, I said it'd be cool if we use it for firewood.
I'm gonna leave it here. If I come back and it's missing, and I see you have a nice toasty fire, I will slaughter your family.
You sound like a
That's
pretty evil
evil.
paladin to me.
He says an actually creaky voice.
Yeah, you're a paladin, Bill.
Yeah. Taxation is theft, and so is theft.
You're leaving it.
Okay, how
Like,
about
how are we
okay.
gonna know that they did it?
How about we give
Cool.
them
A
5
nice
gold
toasty
to
fire.
not touch it and keep an eye on it?
You're gonna pay them to watch
I'm
it?
not gonna pay them for something I already bought from them.
Well, then take it with you, and don't leave it as someone else's responsibility. Okay. So, based on the map, because of the various changes through time, the best guess you guys can get is that the temple is right here. Which is pretty deep in the frost. So, like, once you get to about here,
And this is where we started. No, we
this
can
is
down
where you
here.
guys came in. This is the where you guys work for in the prison, and this is where you are.
In the tower was.
You can't drop this.
You want me
Yeah,
to
so
write
it's
it down?
like making that our home base. It's like going from there to there.
Yeah.
Is insane.
I mean, when this is all the map of the world, sure, it makes sense. But there's still the midpoint wall here.
Well,
the rest
from
of the world.
Here to here was at like 3 days time
3.5.
Well, you guys took the
with a
roads.
non-stop.
You guys took the roads. Like, this is England. This is where you guys went off from here.
So here to here is 3 days then. That's a day and a half.
Oh no,
But
not at
that's
all. So the trip to Shelfton will be 2 days ish, depending on weather and conditions, and then you're off road the rest of the way. So it'll be.
It's like a day each hexagon.
I don't know.
That's how we were doing that. in T20.
I actually have it literally written down so that we're going to be consistent. So what's the slowest move speed?
I have 30.
I think 30 is
30.
Everyone's 30. You're 30, right, Harrison?
move speed.
Move speed?
Actually, probably slower because I'm. Let me double check. Yeah, 30. I'm hanging up with the character.
Okay. So it's going to be 8 hours a hex for everything.
From
but, like,
Shelton? Shelton?
Yeah, so like
Shelton's here.
literally everything from here.
Not on the road
East.
then?
No, I'm just. So this is where the frost starts cutting off. Right, so these are actually plains.
Oh, yeah, that's warmer over here.
It's warmer over here because the sun's over here.
Yeah.
And it gets colder this way.
Yeah, so from here this way, it's basically always snowdrift. Like there's always snow on the ground.
Even on the roads.
Even on the roads. Well, no, I mean some of the roads aren't heated, but some of they have the stones that kind of keep most of it off, and like there's enough people traveling, they usually keep it pretty clean. So the roads will be fine. Like, the roads will be normal road travel, which is 3 hours. Right, or 5 hours. Yeah, 5 hours per hex on the road. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, so it'll be about a day.
And then there's no more road from Shelton.
Or, well, a day and a quarter, because it's 20-hour days.
Yeah.
Not that it really matters, because it's some percents, but that's just how they keep time.
So that's 6 to here.
Okay, so that'll be an extra 8 hours. 8 times 6 is
48
so that'll be
a week.
you're gonna have to make stops and stuff too. Not to mention you have to find a way to not freeze to death, because like it's not really drawn in, but once you get to like this point is when it's like there's jagged ice everywhere. Like the ground is literally freezing stalactites up. So you have to line through all that stuff. Are you hearing me okay? Just kinda talk-
We might freeze to death.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just gonna give him a view of the map.
So I think I'm gonna port this to digital so we don't have to flip it. It'll be easier for me to add stuff and send it to Harrison. I'll do that this week.
I'm gonna add me to the call. You gotta add me to the call. I can't just join.
It's dumb.
I mean, I
Well, it's
can
because it's a call. It's a person to call. It's not a lobby.
I hear you.
I could just take a picture of it and send it to him in Hangouts.
Yeah, do it. I'm pretty sure he has an old picture of it. I sent it originally. It's just he doesn't have where the new.
Yeah, I was just gonna show him while we were talking about it, but now that we're not talking about it.
Hey,
Spots with you, sorry, right?
Yeah.
Let's take a picture.
Sorry.
Got distracted.
okay, so we got the Falcor clothes.
Falor. F-A-L-O-U-R. Falor was.
Well, it looks like Falcor on my screen because of the hex grid. It's the L just the right spot to make it K.
Explosion!
My new flashlight. You say
Have you seen the video of someone stuck a flashlight in a
The car exhaust?
exhaust?
Blah, 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 blah.
What's that giant sloth?
That's a storm.
Looks like a sloth.
You look like a sloth.
I lost my pick.
Your pick? I saw it. It was orange. It was on this table. Amberly moved it.
I saw it.
guessing.
It was orange.
I got one. Substitute.
What was that?
That guitar is not tuned and it cannot be tuned.
Yeah.
It'd be a shame if somebody seduced him.
But why can't it be clean? These don't work.
Yeah, look how like broken. You see?
I think like one of those work.
No, that's all cracked up and broken. I was trying to turn it and it wasn't turning. Like it wasn't going. And I was afraid it was gonna break.
Oh, dude, I can fix that. I can 3D print a part.
Has to go under tension.
Yeah. PLA is really good with stress and tension, especially if you fill it right and cook it too.
Well, you just take this, detune it completely, take the strings off. So you should be able to figure out how you can fix it. And those knobs need to be lubricated too. Like they don't turn very well. It's lubricated in there or something.
I got this for like $10 at the value or no, actually I got it for free because we volunteered at Goodwill for a youth activity. I found it while I was there and I was like, I'd like a guitar. And they're like, hey, thank you.
Oh no, it's a storm!
And the fog settled over the land. Okay. So, what's the plan, guys?
So do we turn the horses in, or do we?
You did.
I hunger for battle.
So we rent the horses again,
You guys.
or how? Well, I'm talking to the.
How much does it cost?
The guy was a dick, so he probably didn't raise the price.
But how much did it cost last time?
It was like 5 gold a day.
Oh, that's not bad. We'll eventually get our own horses.
Yeah.
Could have just kept it.
Well, if we just spend a bunch of money.
Oh, I didn't do it. The black guy with spaghetti.
So 3 horses for 5 days is 15 gold.
How much did you just buy them?
Last time we asked, he was like it'd be like 1,000 gold for a horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, horses are pretty rare in this domain. Actually, they're not. There's not a lot of them that can put up with the cold, especially heading east.
So what if we just tell them they died?
Come on.
I believe you.
Fraud, you.
I'm not saying I'm going to. But whatever happens, happens.
Okay.
If they just decide to
That's
commit fraud, and I'm just
that's
busy
some
being
pretty-
drunk over here,
Pretty
it'll be
nice,
fine.
tight morals you got there.
Yeah, well, that's what like being a drunkard allows you to do. Like I can hide my morals under my booze.
There you are, guys.
What's up?
I say we at least rest in the town for 8 hours, 20 hours. Get everything healed up, everything kosher.
Yeah, all of our stuff is back. All your stuff is back.
So I was
So do you
thinking
want to
about.
stay in an inn?
So Lee, a lot of our stuff refreshes on 24 hours.
No, I was just rounding up.
Yeah,
So
what
20, 24, 20 counts as 24.
basically what I was thinking is that like so we often take 8-hour or 10-hour rests, and so what I was thinking is that like I would just count every time we take an 8-hour rest, and like if we get 3 of those, then my 24-hour stuff refreshes. You know,
Okay, sure.
that's what I was gonna.
Well, like, because wouldn't it refresh sooner though? Like, does it require 24 hours of rest?
This requires 24 hours of rest.
Because
It says
it's your daily
these,
stuff.
yeah, these just things every day.
Yeah, so
So-
just every 20 hours instead of every 24. So every reset
Every
of the.
2 rests.
So like,
because we do 10-hour rests, so we
yeah,
can get
so
watches.
So you guys got into town at
I mean, it just reset because Billy said we're gonna rest for a full like day in town, so you know, which is fine.
you guys got into town at 2 or at 12. 12 out of 20. Right? And then you guys were all done with everything at 15 out of 20. Or at hour 15 of the day.
But so like, so that we don't have to keep track of the actual hours.
Yeah, well, I am.
Yeah,
So-
which is fine.
So basically,
He
I mean,
is. So
I mean,
yeah,
if that's easier for
But I
you,
mean,
if
like,
you want to do it, but you're going to lose.
My panache points
capability.
refresh every day.
Now, what I'm saying is, if you only wait for it the 3 times you rest, then you're not going to be resting that often, right? You're only going to rest like once a day, so it takes you 3 days to reset.
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay,
Because-
I'm misunderstanding.
Well, because the time in between rests, like, I mean, I would count other time we wait, because like, what other time are we saying a bunch of time passes other than when we rest?
Sure.
That's
I
what
just,
was
okay, yeah, I just,
because like because we have to have a way to keep track of when our
Yeah.
stuff refreshes.
I figured like it could just reset at hour 0, and I could tell you guys every time it's hour 0.
You could that too, yeah.
Right.
So then you'd have to make sure you know that.
Well, because you guys are traveling, right? So that's gonna be easy. Like it's like
Hour,
8
yeah,
extra
hour
hours.
0 is good.
So it just the hours go 0 to 20, and then it resets back to 0. So I'll just let you know when it's 0.
Okay.
And because like otherwise, like I mean, you guys are all supposed to have watches in this universe. You all,
Yeah.
like they're really cheap, right? And they're magical clocks, so they don't fall out of time. So we don't have to worry about that. It's a nice scroll that you got there.
Yeah.
You're scrolling past something that's bright and dark and 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 bright, dark bright, bright, dark bright, dark.
I totally thought that was a dog barking like he was watching.
So what's your guys' plan?
I plan on going to our inn that we've been
Okay,
staying
the
at.
snake and something.
Tell them that I am tired and I'd like to focus.
we do that.
Yeah, basically.
Are we
Serpent in the
actually
hell.
middle of the night?
So you guys go to the Serpent and the Hellhound, and she charges you. It's the same dwarf lady with the dagger and the belt.
The one that's super paranoid and just won't tell us why.
Yeah,
I think she was right.
me too.
I think maybe she owes somebody money.
What? Click it up.
You can click this. The thing like goes inside here and clicks around, but it's like really hard to move with just your
Is there like a silver?
Oh, you're
something,
tilting it?
yeah,
or
just moving it in one direction.
one night,
or the
or was
other.
it a gold and a silver for a night meal? I can't remember.
Jesus.
Where am
It's probably harder to go back in there.
I?
Actually, it's easier. It's because you have that
We got
leverage.
that angle on it.
Jesus. Why are you exercising your thumb kegels?
I use these fingers quite a lot,
I bet you do.
and these ones. I'm gonna call this right there with the slap on. Yeah, feel the tips of these fingers, and then for these ones. I have to be careful, like if I touch something that's hot with these fingers, and then like with these fingers, it's like it's way hot. It's like, I actually burn these fingers up. These ones don't get burned. Causes from like this.
Oh. Oh, now I get what you said, Billy.
Those are chips.
Yes, they are. They want me to keep them around. It's just where my feet are.
Just gonna open the bag with the feet, stick the feet inside.
And eat with my feet.
So we're just gonna change it up. We're gonna go with silver a night plus food.
Is that including food?
Yeah, including food. You guys all good with that?
Yeah, that's really inexpensive.
So before we head up and go to bed,
Or 50 silver. Sorry, I didn't mean to silver.
50
That's still
silver.
cheap.
It's half gold.
So before you head up and go to bed, I pull Harrison's character aside. I'm pretty well wasted because I've been drinking beer all day. My bottomless flask that I have.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, you seem pretty well averse to adventure. Pretty quiet, sneaky. We need horses, like permanent horses. So what you gotta do, man? Just what I don't know won't hurt you. I polish off my gallon of beer and I fall in my bed and go to bed.
Mumbling of horses.
Of course.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do? Horses Morty.
So, I heard you mention something about arena.
Coliseum.
The Masons Guild wants to build a Coliseum.
Harrison's gonna be a gladiator.
Oh, I mean, it worked really well.
Both is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you could take more than 2 hits.
I mean, you could talk to guards, see if there's like a fighting ring in town. There might be. Like, what kind of entertainment there is.
Do what you gotta do.
Be careful.
Time to go to Fight Club.
Number one.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to be careful though, because if you end up killing one of them.
Dude, I'd love to just watch Harrison fight and just bet on his fights.
Well, I might as well see what the city has in store for me at night.
For horses.
I'll be his ring coach.
I'm sleeping. In the end.
And I'm sleeping. In the end.
So what are you looking for, Harrison? Who are you going to talk to? What's up?
I don't know. I don't know know what I'm looking for.
Wandering the streets, search of adventure.
See if I can find a very loud bar.
Okay, so you're kind of wandering through the street, and you see this this small, shady-looking place called the Black Eye Bruiser, and it looks to be like a kind of inn, but there's like it's a magical painting or a mural on the front of the building, where two dwarves are kind of just slogging it out with each other, hit after hit after hit.
Cool, I think I can challenge for people to throw marbles.
He's like,
So what are you doing?
I go into this sultry establishment.
Okay, as you walk up to the door, there's a buff, burly dwarf with a curly gray beard that goes down to his belly and just like big, long, curly locks. And he looks at you and goes, "Password."
Let's see, either there's one, which is password, or two, I just punch him in the face.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like that, I think physicality might be the password.
You know me, bro. Blah!
Hey Google,
Yeah.
play Saturday Nights for
Punch the
Fighting.
dwarf in the face.
What?
I'm gonna punch the dwarf in the face.
Okay, you want to do a diplomacy check with that, please?
Hey Google,
Let's see what
volume
that is.
3.
Yep.
Can I do intimidate?
Diplomacy.
Hmm?
Diplomacy. Okay, so you swing at the dwarf, he ducks, and he pops you one in the belly. And he goes, good one. Come on in.
Hey Google, stop.
So you enter, and it's really dark as you're going in, and you kind of go around this corner. As you're approaching, you hear, like, people are screaming. Yeah, well, it's an empty hallway that goes around the corner.
Dark vision.
As you're coming around the hallway, you hear like lots of dwarves shouting and cheering, and like there's a whole crowd, and they're super excited about something. And all of a sudden you hear ooh, and you kind of come out, and there's a small bar to your right where there's some female dwarfs that are topless, serving drinks and things like that. And then over to your right, the main attraction is this. There's this fighting pit with about 6 or 7 rows of seating all the way around, and kind of entryways cut underneath the stairs into this little arena. In the arena, there are 2 dwarves, and one of them is currently bashing the skull of the other one who's laying on the ground.
Interesting.
So I followed Harrison there. Did the guard let me into when?
Sure.
I want to watch.
How tough are you? I'm so tough.
No, I'm tough as that guy. Because he's tough.
The SpongeBob episode of the Salty Spittoon.
Yeah.
So what are you doing, Harrison?
So the fight's finished up at this point, and 3 of the female dwarves come and drag the bloodied up dwarf off the field, and a guy, a larger dwarf with a big belly, and he has a this golden chain that goes into a pocket in his vest that he's wearing, and he has a black tall hat, like Abraham Lincoln style, like a top hat. And he comes out and he says, "Winner!" and raises the dwarf's hand, and the crowd goes wild. And he whips out his pocket watch and flicks it open, and he closes it. He's like, "We got time for 5 more fights tonight. Who wants in?
I got a guy right here, and I raise my sword in the air.
Like as you're doing that, a bunch of other dwarves in the crowd are all like clamoring to get the guys
I got
in.
my sword in the
So
air.
you got your rapier sticking up
Yeah.
in the air.
Plus, he's also taller than the dwarves.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they're all so like. You guys are kind of seeing this from the outside because the benches go up above your heads, so you guys know. So, I'm assuming you guys walked around and got a good vantage point. So,
Alright.
so he kind of looks around the crowd and he sees this big black-skinned dwarf with black hair and he's like rippling muscles, and he's like, "You!" and everyone's like, "Yeah!"
You.
And I turn
And
to
he-
Harrison
and
and I
he's
say,
like-
"We need a fight name. You need a fight name. What's your fight
He's
name?"
looking around, and he
I don't give for fight names. Well, now
he sees you with your rapier sticking up. He's like, "You come in!"
I'm pointing out Harrison.
Yeah, but you had your rapier up.
Yeah, because I was pointed. I said I got a man.
Oh well, he didn't hear that.
Well,
Well, there we go.
I'm pointing to the guy. I'm pointing to Harrison.
Well,
He's the one who wanted
okay,
to fight.
wait, so he called you.
Okay, fine. I'll go up.
Uh-oh.
Oh man.
Oh, man.
No.
Alright, so he comes over to you and he's like, "What's your fight name?"
Tree frog.
"We got Tree Frog." The crowd's like, "Hey!" And we got Blackskin. The crowd goes wild. Apparently, he's been there before.
What does he look like?
He's a
I missed it.
short, black-skinned dwarf, black long hair, rippling muscles.
Mhm.
He kind of looks like he's been
He's a
beaten
black
to shit a few
baby.
times.
Do I see any bookies?
Yeah. There's a huddle of some. They look kind of Asian-looking dwarves in the corner, and they're all just like exchanging money,
Asian-looking
smoking,
dwarves.
smoking cigars. Yeah, what's that
Black
from?
guys fighting Asian ones are tough.
We have a bunch of-
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
We have a bunch of dwarves after us because they're gonna all have money.
What was that, Harrison?
Well,
Okay,
they're sleeping and they have
I'd
no
like to
idea
put
what
money
we're
on this fight.
You just drop papers. Yeah,
Alright.
what are the odds here?
Yeah, that's a good question. That does actually make a difference in fights.
Hold on, I gotta write a few things down. Just a second.
On Wikipedia, Vegas odds.
I have a feeling when I wake up, I'm gonna have to kill him.
We're gonna have to do another rest. We're gonna have to do another rest. And then they're gonna go out the next day. And the next day.
Every day,
Well,
I
you
just
think
had
that
a
he's rest small and travel.
Well, we gotta stay here until the guys look at the tower, right? Or is what they have to do.
I wasn't planning on it.
You weren't. So how are you gonna contact them when? Because like they don't have cell phones. You have to actually talk to them face to face.
He's in an L.
Okay,
This isn't Harry Potter world.
so
carrier could this sort of thing.
real quick, it goes. So if I was to say 10-1 odds against Seth, that would mean he bets 1 gold, you win, he gets 10, right? Is that what that means? Right. Okay, so that's what it is. 10-1 against Seth, and this is fist fighting, so you can't use your weapons.
Oh,
I
okay.
might as well put
Can I hide my gun under my cloak?
Sure, I'm fine with it.
can I put let's see.
I don't know what unarmed strike is. How it works.
It's only 80 gold, Harrison.
Hmm?
If you 8 gold, it's only 80 that you get back.
10-1.
Yeah. Put 1,000 on.
I don't got 1,000. I'll put 200 on Seth. And hope I don't lose that money.
Can you use your abilities without your
So-
rapier or your gun?
An unarmed strike is always considered a light weapon, therefore you can use weapon finesse to apply your dex
Yeah,
instead of your strength modifier.
that's only with rapiers.
Unarmed strike do not count as natural weapons. The damage of an unarmed strike is considered weapon damage for the purposes. Gives you a weapon damage roll. So it's just 1d3 damage. So
what's my attack roll? It's
BAB
Strength.
plus strength, I believe.
which is net 0.
Melee attack roll, Pathfinder. Pretty sure it's go is
Yeah, I can still do a couple things without weapons.
This guy's so like muscly, doesn't he move slower? Doesn't he have a slower reflex?
You should.
so it's your BAB plus strength mod plus size modifier.
Okay.
Size. So it's you have what, +1?
+1, -1.
Okay, so 0.
So it's all easy. Just roll a d20 and then that's it.
Sweet.
And I can do my panache thingies without weapons. So
Yep. Good.
and I'm hiding in really good gun.
Oh,
Just in case.
Yeah, just in case.
okay. Well, if it goes bad, you shoot the guy, and then there's an arena full of people you have to get through.
I didn't know the rules.
I'm asleep.
The
phone
healer is asleep too, so
Your phone thing.
Fine. Oh yeah. So when it's off, like when it's on the lock screen, it forces it to go into that orientation.
Really?
Yeah, because my lock screen is like this, and the lock screen doesn't go sideways.
Okay. So, the commentator walks up to you and he leans in. As he leans in, you can smell some head.
You got my bet down, yeah?
How much was it again? Sorry, Harrison.
200 on stuff.
200 gold on set.
Yeah.
So when you give it to the dwarf, he's like, "Are you sure?"
Can I just glare at him?
Yeah. Go ahead. Make an intimidate check.
Let's see. 18 plus 15.
33.
He, all right. 18 plus 13.
15.
18 plus 15 is 32 or 33.
There you go.
Okay, so he kind of looks down at the ground and he says, "Don't get your panties on a bunch."
Oh, is that the comment he makes?
Yes.
Can I glare at him again?
Go ahead.
he's not gonna see it because he's looking into the ground.
And he's kind of just like,
Oh, you deal.
he's kind of just
Okay.
looking around, hoping you leave.
34.
He rolled one more this time.
He's kind of just looking around, hoping you leave.
You know what you need to do,
Alright, so we
Harrison,
gotta draw an arena.
is
We
go
need to
into
flip the
the.
map.
Oh, I thought we were on the square side.
Nope.
We're on the cool side.
So Harrison, what you need to do is you need to go in there and do an intimidating shout to cheer for Seth at the other guy, at the other fighter, to demoralize him. But don't do it too bad. You gotta show mercy, because that's what heroes do.
We'll give Harrison an initiative roll too, and he'll just hold his action a bunch until his time comes.
I'm gonna hold action till right before Seth dies, then I'm gonna jump in and kill the guy.
Okay.
Wait.
It's tag team, right?
Okay, can I position myself in a position?
So
I can't
there's actually a box for the fighter coach that you could sit in. There's another fighter coach for Black Skin already.
Oh, Yeah, I'll sit there and I'll start rolling intimidate.
Intimidate the coach.
Players.
No, you can trash talk to the coach.
So, bitch.
Yeah. Well, the other coach is in the other corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just start throwing out intimidating, moralizing players.
Goodness, it's a huge place. Wait, you said this place was small.
You're on the inside. Very big.
The beach square is 10 feet.
5.
5?
Titty bar. Seth had to go hack himself up in the bathroom. Dun, 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 dun.
I think they deserve hero points after this.
Hmm?
The points that we can get for doing cool stuff.
All the heroic points.
Probably change the noises that are being played right now.
Hey Google, play Eye of the Tiger by Survivor.
So the commentator comes up to you, Seth, and he says, "Since you're the new guy, you get to decide. Do you want full-on weapons combat or non-lethal fistfight?"
Oh, weapons for sure.
Okay. He says, "Okay, we're going to have full weapons." The crowd goes wild. They get super
So much
excited.
for hiding the pistol.
Okay.
Hey Google,
okay.
turn up to volume 8 and start song.
But it's still non-lethal damage, so you know.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole point.
Wait, tell me when I can roll it and roll eyes.
Okay, yeah, give me a...
Hey Google, restart song. Hey Google, set volume 8.
Is it just a plain arena? There's no features or nothing?
No. It's just a plain arena. There's, there's quite a bit of blood all over the floor. Other than that, not much. So,
Rising up, back on the street. Hey Google, stop. Hey Google, stop.
Hey Google, stop.
Seth, have you seen a movie called A Bronx Tale? So there's a part, and it's a lobby, there's a part where these bikers coming to the mob bar.
So from like Prohibition days.
No, it's like
Like
70s.
Godfather.
Yeah. And these bikers come in, and the bartender's like, we're not going to serve you. And the head guy, the mob boss of the neighborhood walks up. He's like, what's going on here? I'm just trying to have a beer. The man says our money's not good enough. It ain't green. So we just want a beer. No trouble. He's like, Scout's honor, no trouble. He's like, all right, give him a beer. And so they take their beer, they drink some, and they like douse this bartender in their beer. They cap it off and shake it.
What about the building one, the blacksmith?
And he
One
he's
of
like, the mob boss walks up to the front door, and he locked it. He locks it. He goes, "We asked you to leave. Now you can't leave." And they just beat the fuck out.
Okay. So that's close as I can get to like.
Well, the other one
there's
was cheering.
Oh yeah, I can do cheering, but it's like it just otherwise it'd just be repeating. I can just click it. Something cool happens. But
This is
Okay.
Go back to the camera though. So you can see yours.
yeah. Okay. So he comes up. He's like, I want to make sure no one dies too quickly. So have fun. Let's go. And he walks out of the ring, and the crowd goes wild.
Really kind of use your die.
So the
Trust this one.
the dwarf pulls out a short sword. He's like,
Right, so we're rolling initiative. I'm assuming.
you yeah, go ahead and roll your thing here. 7.
22.
25.
Nice.
You demoralized him. That's minus what?
Seth goes first. Shoot up. Boom! Headshot kills him. Yeah.
You only
So
just
this
one
is
D.
to the death.
No, it's non-lethal.
Yeah.
Until somebody
the-
dies.
If people die, people like it more. So they're not too against it.
But this is D&D. Healing is easier than in real life.
Is it shaken, staggered, silenced? What?
Demoralized.
The target is shaken for 1 round. This duration increases by 1 round for every 5 by which you beat the DC.
So it's against his will, right?
Well, it's against the DC, which is your
10 plus hit dice plus wisdom.
yeah. That's the DC for the demoralizing combat.
Alright, so 12. You beat it by how much?
I got a 25 and I rolled low.
Alright, so that's
Plus
so you,
2.
you get plus 2 more, so it's minus 2 AC for 3 rounds. Oh, minus 2 on attack roll, saving throw, skill checks, and ability checks.
Seth's gonna carve TF into the guy's chest with his rapier.
Okay. So you go first, Seth.
Okay. I charge him. And Attack. 22. That's AC.
Hit.
Oh no. Yeah, it's again. That was right. 5 damage.
Okay. So is that rapier turn?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your rapier kind of slices his leg a bit, and he's like,
Why are you aiming low?
it's non-lethal damage. Okay. Okay. His turn. So he's going to take a swing at you with his masterwork sword.
I'm going to attempt to parry.
19 to AC.
I do not parry. And that hits.
Okay. Take 6 damage. Okay. When you struck the dwarf with your rapier, the crowd was like, "Ooh!" And then when he slices back with his sword, he kind of catches you in the arm. The crowd's like cheering for black skin. They're obviously biased against you.
Because he's white.
He's also a tall folk. Like, fuck tall folk.
I have an advantage. If I win, they're just going to be like, oh, it's because he was tall. Alright, I make another attack. 18 to AC. A hit. 6 damage.
Ooh! This time the rapier goes through his bicep, and the crowd's like, so like half the crowd is like, oh yeah, like start cheering, and they get like starting to pull him to your side. And the guy kind of drops down to one knee after taking that hit. His turn. So he is going to jump up and grapple you.
It's not really becomes a melee attack, right?
Nope.
What you should try to do, Seth, is get him.
Actually, no. He's gonna try and overrun you. Sorry.
Overrun.
Yeah, which is he's trying to move through you and knock you prone.
Okay. Do I make a check or is it against my...
It's against your CMD. So 7 versus CMD.
That's a miss.
So he like as he drops to his knee, he tries to psych you out, and then he jumps up and kind of pushes his shoulder into you, and you're kind of like,
Nope, nothing.
the
Right.
crowd's like,
Try to parry it and send him to this corner. And you can get combat advantage.
okay, go Seth.
Those are 20, 21.
So you
3.
okay, you slice him one more time with his rapier, and he drops down to the ground. He's like, "You in? You in?" And
Oh man, I
he
need to
taps
use
out.
I pull out my gun. It's like, oh, I didn't get to use this.
You can't
Like,
now.
When
Coup de grace.
he taps out, the crowd like loses it. They're like, "Yeah, woo!" People are whistling and cheering. People start throwing roses at you and stuff. And
Anything
like,
valuable?
yeah, a few gold pieces.
Okay, cool.
Like,
And some,
yeah, you
some
pick
dwarven
up-
underwear.
So like, depending on how long you want to scrounge on the round, you can get between 10 to 50 pieces of gold.
You know, I'll stick around for a couple seconds and then just...
Okay, so you pick up about 30 pieces of gold really quick.
Are you gonna?
Roll performs, roll perform.
Yeah, do a perform, do a bow.
What is it? It's charisma. That's not bad.
14.
18.
Okay, so you do a nice little bow, and you kind of like flick your rapier up in the air, and people go nuts again, and they throw some more gold. You get 20 more gold.
50 gold.
You also get 2 hero points for succeeding. 1 for fighting in the first place, 2 for succeeding. And Harrison,
XP.
so what are you gonna do, bud?
going back to the bookie and I'm going to get my money.
Okay, so you head back to the circle of bookies, and for some strange reason, the bookie that you traded with is not there. Make a perception check. Okay, so
He sounds
you-
so downhearted.
you quickly like look around, and you see him trying to sneak out the front door.
Okay, I'm gold rushing.
Okay,
I'm gonna make a perception check to see if I see Harrison.
Okay, yeah.
Like
See what's
noticing
going on.
him. 13.
You're still kind of enraptured by the crowd, and,
Mhm.
and you're like kind of glowing and stuff. You're not really paying too much attention.
I did it, Harrison. I did it.
So Harrison, what do you bull rush him?
Yeah.
Okay, do it. You do that. Roll it.
Let's see. Because I'm not armed, so it's not armed, so it's actually increased. 19 plus 7.
So yeah, you bull rush him and you pin him up against the wall.
And the word there is up. Remember, I'm 6'7".
You want to make sure you're able to get the money from him.
What do you say, Harrison?
I don't say anything. I yell in dwarfish because you know the dwarves intimidate me. Where's my money?
Where's the money, Lebowski?
Maybe.
It's
so funny.
27.
Okay, he starts stuttering really bad and then he wets himself.
Yeah.
Tell him he can go double or nothing if he wants to fight you.
So what's up? What are you doing? You
um,
still got him pinned. You're in charge.
okay, so he didn't necessarily answer me.
He wet himself and he's kind of like in pieces on like just he's like freaking out.
Let's go into it again, and this time I'm going to yell, you pay in cash or you pay in flesh.
Nah.
33.
You
All right.
seriously.
So he's like okay, I don't have the gold on me. We have to go to the bank.
Okay, well, I set him down, but I hold onto his beard.
So you're dragging the dwarf along by the beard.
Yeah, but he's leading the way, but I let go.
Okay.
I guess I'm just watching the next fight.
I'm ready to defend your,
Is there no
your win.
award or reward for winning?
No, not from the.
Just blood sport.
Oh.
Well, like you've got plenty.
Variety.
Like people like through gold.
There's no monetary value at reward at this level. Yeah. At higher levels. Yeah.
Like the better you get, the more they'll pay.
But you have influence now.
So
It's not about the money.
the
It's
the
about
commentator walks over
next
to you and raises your hand up again and goes,
Give it up for the toll man. Tree frog, right? Yeah, tree frog.
people are like, Tree Frog, Tree Frog.
Yeah, but his name changes all the
I don't
time.
know.
Now you have to stick to it.
So, Harrison,
Do I?
while you hear chanting of Tree Frog, you drag the dwarf by his beard out into the street.
Drag the dwarf by the beard.
What do you do?
Well, he's walking away to the bank, yeah?
No, you're just holding him by the beard right now.
Does Harrison
Well,
know the
he
bank?
said he has money, but not on him.
Yeah.
Going to the bank.
Like, I mean, he's not gonna just like tell you where it is. You gotta kick it out of him. Like, this guy is not cooperative.
Okay, intimidate and directly pull his arm off. 21.
All right. So he's like, ow, 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 okay, this way, and he points down the street. You guys are okay. So you're heading down the street. Go ahead and make a perception check.
You guys realized the party split up. Me and you are in the end. Seth's still in the
Well,
ring.
I have to have rest in order to
Yeah.
cast my
Yeah.
spells.
Seth's still in the ring, and Harrison's out walking in town.
Oh. It's not good.
I mean, Seth's fine. He's the mighty tree frog.
You guys are fine too. You're
Well,
Yeah,
Harrison's
you guys are
strong.
Harrison strong.
Well, yeah.
With 4
but-
health.
Yeah.
No, I got more than that. I'm probably level.
Oh yeah, we leveled up.
That's right.
I'm at 11.
So what's
Okay.
going on? What'd you get?
What was your intimidate roll?
Do you roll perception?
Oh, it was 13.
Oh, 13? Okay, so you keep walking down the street. And he's like, as you get to the corner, he's like, down this way. Make a sense motive check.
Just,
This is the other
Story
story.
of a girl who cried a river and drowned the whole world.
Wait, this is this other stuff?
So he seems really happy, happier than you think he should that you're gonna follow him down that way.
can I grab his arm and start pulling down?
Yeah, go ahead.
19 plus 6 to just start the time
Dislocated?
so you feel it start to come out the side.
So he's like, ow, okay, I promise, I'll take you the right way, I promise. Make a sense motive check.
Oh, where do I?
15 again.
He seems really, truly honest this time. He's like, okay, this way. And he points the other direction, completely opposite to where he was going before.
Okay.
Okay, so you kind of have to fight with him a bit of the way there and kind of kick him along, but eventually you guys get to the bank. And you come up and your whole, so you get to the bank and you're outside with the dwarf by the beard.
These are corpse.
The pewter.
Peter's really soft.
I mean, go into the bank.
Alright, as you start walking up the bank, the 2 dwarf guards kind of are eyeing you funny on the side of the door, but they let you go in. As you go in, there's a long chamber with just teller stations all along the left and right walls, and at the far end there's a large raised dais with a desk on it with an older dwarf with a golden hat on, a golden pointed wizard's hat that's kind of tilted off to the side, kind of sitting there scribbling on notes. And there's a few tellers on the sides and stuff.
Okay, I imagine for some this size we want it. Maybe we just would select. Does he make any movement to?
No, he's kind of complacent at this point. Just being, he's like your lapdog being pulled by his beard. It's like a leash.
So pewter is an alloy of tin and copper. And antimony.
Okay, I mean, I'll just move to the next open teller.
Okay, so you go up to the teller, and you kind of nudge the guy, and he's like, you're still holding his beard at this point. And he's like, he looks at you and rolls his eyes, and he's like, I'd like to withdraw 2,000 gold, please. Do you have your key? Yes. He reaches into his shirt and he pulls out this wrought iron key and
Intimidate him for more.
tugs off the.
No, I'm being honorable.
He tugs off the leather strap and he unwillingly hands it to the clerk, the teller. And she's like, "All right, I'll be right back." She heads off through a a large stone door and disappears.
You could have doubled it because
So,
of the hassle.
Yes, but I don't want this coming back to me.
you
what I'm owed.
you've been waiting about 10 minutes and they're still not back.
But I still have him. Yes.
Yeah. Do you want to keep waiting or do you want to do something?
I will keep waiting. I want that money.
Okay, 10 more minutes go by and she finally comes out and she's pushing this little trolley with a large sack of gold on it. And she's like, "Here you go, 2,000 gold pieces."
No, he said 20,000 goes diplomacy. Oh!
What kind of diplomacy? Okay.
He looks at you and looks at her and says, "Thank you, ma'am." And she is holding out the sack of gold to him.
I will, with one hand, open the bag, make sure that the money's actually in her.
Okay. Well, she's holding the top of the bag. So are you going to take the bag from her or what?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just set it on the counter.
Okay, so you take the bag, you set it on the counter, you open it up. You look. It looks about 2,000 gold pieces. You guess just by looking.
I mean, it's not rolled up and
The weight of it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I don't have your money set. Big a dollar bill on it.
well, yeah, but even back then they still had coin rolls.
Not this
Okay,
universe.
take the bag.
Okay.
We could get rich. We could
So you let go of the dwarf's beard.
patent the coin rolls.
Yeah, but I make sure to hold the bag out of his reach.
Okay. So he looks really offended and he kind of dusts himself off and he's like, and he kicks you in the shin and turns around and runs away.
Roll the attack.
Yeah, hold the attack.
30 to AC.
Flat-footed, Harrison.
Should be 15.
AC minus. It's your AC minus your dex.
Well,
Or no, it's minus your armor, right?
The
Or no,
other, I have
the
two
dex.
character sheets, one that
Yeah.
shows buff and one that doesn't. I have it wrong with them. But my AC and my platform are actually the same.
Really?
Because
Yeah, because he doesn't have a dex.
Okay. So it's missed then. Yeah. Actually,
Let's let the fates decide.
fate die.
How many do you have?
3. You can roll it up. Yeah, you were-
Is it on the other side of your spider?
No.
Alright, he misses.
Takes up
Fates
your,
have decided.
Oh,
Not her.
Roll this.
what kind of armor are you wearing, Harrison?
I think I'm wearing it from this.
I don't think he's wearing it.
Armor tilt.
So he takes off your kilt.
Okay.
And then he cuffs the ball.
So yeah, he kicks you in the armor plate and then turns around and runs away. Pretty quickly too.
So by this time, I assume another fight has started because the guy said there's 5 fights left.
Yeah. So
I'm just watching the fight then.
sure, another fight starts up.
Maybe drinking a complimentary beverage.
Yeah. So after you win, the
Your secrets are exposed.
you start you start heading back into the crowd, and the one of the patron dwarves or the dwarves of the establishment come up to you. Like you can tell because he has the same colors as most of the other tenders. And he comes up and he's like, "Would you like your free complimentary ale?"
Sure.
Okay. Ladies. So 3 big-breasted dwarf women come out, and they're all holding a barrel between the 3 of them of ale, with the top off. and like a giant handle.
Their tops are off.
Well, yeah, that too. And they bring it up and they kind of like set it down in front of you. It's like a mini keg barrel for you, basically, for your size. He's like, on the house.
Great. And so I'm seated by it, just watching the fights.
Great.
What is Harrison doing?
Well, I put the money in the vaults of my robes. And I walk back to the fight club.
Okay. So you eventually find your way back after about an hour of meandering.
No one falls, yeah.
Oh, the perception check.
Yep.
I mean, we are in Cocker area.
12.
So how are you carrying the bag, Harrison?
It's like in the folds of my clothes.
So this is a fairly large bag of gold. This is a fairly large
Oh,
person.
fairly large individual.
I agree.
Robes.
I eat the gold.
That being said, you still clink like you walk when you walk, like you have a shit ton of gold. And
Plus your weight
Well,
down.
he found you said he found his way back, right?
oh, I changed my mind. Perception check, please.
Another one?
Oh, did you already roll one just now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what was it? Sorry, 12. Alright. You see a dwarf in a blue cape following up behind you. It looks like he's eyeing you. It has a red rooster on it.
Can I pull out my great axe
Sure.
and just like
You're just gonna wave your great axe at him. You're like,
Hello.
Like with the hot dog.
yeah, I'm armed.
alright,
Sausage.
do an intimidate check.
Bill Cosby.
No, I was thinking of the Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. It'll be 32.
Right. He looks at your axe and kind of looks to the left, looks to the right, and just kind of ducks into an alley and disappears.
Jason Harrison.
You gain 10 XP for avoiding a flame.
No, I'm going to continue on.
Okay. So you make it all the way back.
How long has it been?
Been around for an hour.
So the fight's still going, or?
So the last fight ended about 20 minutes ago.
That's right. So I would have been wandering out and gone back to the inn.
Maybe. Yeah. Sure. So you're back at the end.
Yeah, but I'm drunk.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Over 10 you make it back. Under 10 you fall asleep.
9.
On the street. So you fall asleep on the street.
All right.
Okay, I assume I don't see him there.
Make a perception check.
Okay, -1.
Yeah, you don't see your own 2 feet. So you get back to the bar
You don't notice all your gold's missing.
and you realize that it's closed. Go ahead and take a hero point for convincing that dwarf to give you the money.
Yes,
After all that nonsense.
convincing.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way it was. Okay, and then you head back to the inn, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I stumble upon a sleeping Seth
No, you got a -1.
to see if you're there?
No, you don't. You don't run in there.
So he's the great tree frog. He can survive anything.
So, Harrison makes it back to the inn. Lay down, go to sleep. You guys wake up. It is 8 o'clock.
Oh, 800?
I'm awake now.
Yep, 800.
Or
So Seth, you wake up to there's a tramp sitting there licking your face. Your
Tramp?
Yeah, dog.
Lady in the Tramp.
I was picturing a slutty dressed woman.
Get off me, you hussy.
So the dog kind of licks you awake, and it has some pretty nasty breath, like it was eating its own turds right before you came in.
Minnie.
You you're kind of groggy when you wake up. Really hungover. You have a
Back
-2.
to the inn.
You have a -2 to attack rolls for the next 6 hours.
Can I find my way back to the inn?
Yeah.
Too ready Tree Frog to do anything.
Go see my friends.
Yep. Yeah, they're still in the inn. They're actually having breakfast.
I go back up to clean up.
All right.
Hey, TF, you want some bacon and eggs?
Stop shouting. Stop shouting. I want to sleep for another week, and we can go.
You do that.
Okay. So what are you guys gonna do?
Well, I'm down.
I'll pick up the paladin and lead them towards the horse place.
you guys
Okay,
wanna go
so I
horses?
guess we go to horse place.
Alright, so you guys go to the horse and forest. Can't wait to add all these establishments.
Okay, and we only need the one horse, yeah?
Well, we need 3
We need-
horses.
Yeah, enough to pull the cart.
We had one for the cart, one, and then if you're gonna ride one, or I mean, if we're not riding horses, it's gonna take like 2 weeks to get to this temple. If we're riding, it's gonna take a week.
Only got the 2,000.
I mean, you can try to go back tonight and bet 2 more grand on Seth.
So you
Yeah, I
guys
gotta
can
rest and get HP back.
you guys can get a heat cart for 1,000.
Heat cart.
So, need to be pulled by horses.
No, not necessarily.
Or Harrison.
Or people.
Harrison, have you ever pulled a rickshaw?
Not really.
I can see Harrison doing that.
Yeah.
So you can
I
do
could see you doing it in real life.
So you could get a horse. So the thing is, the horses aren't going to last weeks. Like, not to where you're going. I mean, actually, no. With the heat cart, they should be fine. So never mind. Scratch that. Sorry.
So the heat
We
cart
can give him-
radiates outside of it too.
we can give
so
him-
that-
well,
Yeah,
I-
it,
we
it
can,
gives
like-
you. It gives you a 20-foot zone.
Yeah, the heat cart's just like a big, like, wood stove on a cart.
Yeah, it's a coal burning stove infused with magical properties, so that the coal can burn for ridiculous amounts of time and still generate a lot of heat. And it generates like a 20-foot aura of heat that melts snow and gives you guys like something to survive in.
So, after breakfast, I go to sleep. And with the knowledge that you guys are just gonna go get this cart stuff prepared and wake me up.
Alright.
Before you come.
Done.
So you guys go to the horse and board?
Yep.
Okay. So cart, 1,000 gold.
I mean, we only need the stove. We don't need the carts. We have, unless we're gonna walk. Not all take horses.
The stove comes like the cart is the stove.
Okay.
The stove, like it's a one whole, like they're specifically
Yeah.
designed for this area. This is really common. Okay, you guys got your cart. You got your horse. You gonna name him? Or actually, we should figure out how to name her. It's a herd.
Yes, we have infinite horses.
Your first is infernal. Dang it.
Oh, I figured.
I can't.
So Harrison, you
I
lose
can't
1,500 gold. Of your winnings, unless you want this guy to want to split it.
Well, I mean, that's why I did it. And I still come out on top. Cool. So.
It's true. Very much so.
I like how he
Still
did it
got, you know,
as legally as possible, though, too. Like underground gambling.
All right, so you guys gonna hit the road? Stock up provisions, or you guys want to hunt on the road?
I see we get.
Like, what's your guys' survival skills? It's like if you have decent survival skills, you can hunt for plenty of food.
It's based on wisdom, so not
Survival is -3.
minus
Yeah,
2.
mine's 1.
Mine's 1.
Okay, you guys want to buy food before you go.
We've done okay before. Attacked by wolves and ate them.
Yep.
I think we still have some leftovers too.
You
I'm gonna buy-
like you could spend whole days hunting and do multiple. Like,
I'm gonna
checks.
buy.
We should have like a cart inventory or something like that we keep track of for like the food and stuff. I don't know.
Well, we had 4 wolves that we had for. We also have 4 pelts. So, from these wolves.
I'll buy 10 days worth of rations.
For is that one person, 10 days? How does that work?
So one ration lasts 1 day
Right, for one person.
for one person. So here's the group card chart or inventory.
Alright, how many? You said that we had how many wolf pelts?
4. So that could be like a blanket for each of us.
How much is the rations?
A gold gets you 10 rations.
Alright, so we should all throw in a gold for 10 rations each. Yes, I think. So we'll have 40 rations.
Okay, so everyone tossing a gold.
What else was in?
Is that going to be enough?
Hmm?
Is it going
40.
to take 10 days to get to the place?
Well, not
God knows.
well, we have shelving to stop at too.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, if you want to.
Well, that's where the road is. We'll get there fast.
And that's
as
where
well as
the-
much road as possible.
Yeah.
Where the paladins' families at too.
Yep.
How much space is this? Is the 40 rations take? How much? Could we get a lot more rations?
Yeah, you could probably carry like.
Should we get 400 rations instead?
So if you got, so you can fit like, let's say 6 barrels on the cart safely without them catching on fire. Like a storage area where you can fit a bunch of barrels. And in each barrel you could store, if it was just rations, you could store 100 rations. Like really crammed in one barrel.
What else was in the cart?
We
It,
could
it
double
came with
Oh,
it
I
came with
have-
barrels.
oh.
Right down 6
On
barrels.
me are 2 potions, cure light wounds, and
No.
large prestige.
I thought we had like more than just the wolf pelts.
When we have wolf meat,
We could double up
which
and
I
get
think
80
we probably need
rations.
two wolves right now.
Could you just, in parentheses, put storage size 6 barrels? And then put 100 rations per barrel. So I bet we can use that.
So what do you think, Amberly? Should we like double the rations and get 20 days for each of us?
I'm not sure.
We can fit that easy, and it's only 2 gold per person instead of 1 gold per person.
Well, since they don't really run out, might as well.
Yeah,
I
let's
mean,
do that.
not run out. I mean,
Spoil, yeah. They're
just in case, because
Cured meats and
it's such
such.
a long
Yeah.
section of our.
Like they're not gonna go bad and dry, salted. They could get stolen. Things could go wrong.
So yeah, let's make that 2 gold and 80 rations.
So just so everyone is aware, right, since this is a more wilderness environment you're going into and it's more life or death, rations are going to play a bigger role. So just heads up beforehand. If you want more,
Yeah.
don't be afraid to get some more just in case. Maybe hide them or whatever. Like, whatever you think is best.
Rope.
Be inventive. Rope's good.
What would Potion of Vanish do?
What is the vanish for?
Vanish, yeah, you gotta look at the spell for
Is it
vanish.
vanish or vanish?
Vanish.
I think it helps.
Hey, Google.
Gives you stealth.
So what does the Pathfinder spell vanish do?
You didn't light it.
Here are some results from the web.
Nice.
We 100 feet of rope, 220.
Spell functions like invisibility, except only lasts for 1 round per caster level. Like invisibility, the spell immediately ends if the subject attacks a creature. So you get 3
How
rounds
much
of
it is?
invisibility.
Get a gold's worth or something.
Hmm?
I don't know how much it is.
So it's 18 sections.
How much rope can I get for gold? Like heavy duty rope.
Best rope you can get that's not magic.
So 1 gold piece for a 50-foot length rope. Has 2 hit points. And can be broken with a DC 23 check.
Yeah.
DC 23 strength check.
Here's you can do that. Hit
Is it 50 feet?
DC 23 strength.
There's rope that Billy's buying that takes its DC 23 to break. You do that. Roll for it.
Oh. Joe, it's a long bit rope, yeah.
I intentionally roll a 22 and see if they're lying about its strength.
Okay, so you're
Just testing it.
you're pulling on it and it doesn't seem to break.
How are those?
Alright.
Dill Pickle Ranch.
I mean, some people eat salt and vinegar.
Salt vinegar is good.
Yeah, no.
It's like salt plus.
Alright. So, you got rope. What else are you doing?
Snowshoes.
Snow outfits and stuff. Okay.
That's gonna cost more, I'm guessing.
Well, we're mainly looking for like feet wear because we lose a horse. We don't want to be like slowed down with the snow.
Maybe I should get some kind of carrier.
So 5 gold pieces for snowshoes. High tension nets of rope or sinew and wood frames lashed to the feet. Carry your weight across the snow.
Yeah, okay. I'm getting a pair for myself.
5 gold each.
Alright.
How cold can an Arctic fox?
That's Arctic. Alright, I'm ready to head out.
Okay.
We need coal.
Yep.
Ha! We almost lost up the element of the. How much is a barrel of coal? Or 5.
I think we little less than 5 barrels of space left because we got the rope. Well, no.
No, the rope can go around the barrel.
So a barrel full, which will last you a good
You want at least 20 days.
Yeah. I'm trying to do the numbers in my head. Hold on. So there's two different kinds of coal. There's alchemical coal, which will burn for 100 gold for a barrel full, and that'll burn for about 100 days. That whole barrel. Regular coal, a full barrel, is 20 gold, and it'll burn for about 30 days.
So you mean 2 barrels of regular coal?
That's a lot. I don't know. Oh, right. Yeah. How much was that again? The regular coal?
He said a barrel was 20, right? 20 gold for a regular barrel?
Yeah, 20 gold for a regular barrel.
So that's 10 gold a piece.
So how do we know how cold it gets to where we're going?
You can make a check. I don't know what that would be. Just a perception check. So you kind of
18.
so you kind of talk around town, and people say that I don't really know how cold it gets. It's just there's been stories of dwarves being frozen solid in a good ice shear wind because the storm like has these arms. If you get caught in one of the arms, it's freezing.
Would you say it's more than maybe minus 94 Fahrenheit?
Oh yeah, it'll get like negative 250 in some places.
There's
But-
no way to survive that though. The cart will protect us.
Yeah. Like the cart will generate enough heat to keep you guys from dying in up to like negative 400 degrees Fahrenheit.
The Arctic fox will survive. They don't really get cold until negative 94 Fahrenheit.
Just get a cage to stick next to the barrels.
Well, the fox has really good perception, like can smell and hear really well. It senses danger too. I don't really want to lock them up.
No, thank you. I mean, I got some tortillas right here, otherwise.
We have tater chips.
Yeah.
Do they sell Tim's chips over there, Harrison?
Hmm?
Do they sell Tim's chips over there?
Yeah.
What brands can you not get?
Okay. You want to turn on
Do you think of anything?
I can get Jack in the Box.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
My brain. The people.
But I must say the food
It's really
pricing
trying to go
is
crazy.
better over here than the UK.
That's pretty good.
Like, today I went with my parents to this waffle place. I got this churro waffle that had fried ice cream on it.
That sounds good.
It was indulgent.
Yeah. Sounds like fair food.
Yeah.
So much better. Thank you.
So, you guys got your snowshoes, you got your ropes, you got the cart all packed together. You have 2 barrels full of coal, right?
2 barrels of food.
2 barrels.
Not
of
just
food.
one barrel food, really.
But
It all fits in one barrel.
Yeah.
okay.
Double a trip worth.
Yeah, we got 20 days worth of food for each of us. And the horses, I
And
imagine.
2 wolves of meat. Jerky meat.
Okay.
Wolf jerky.
So, you guys.
Before we head out, I want to talk to the paladin and get the name of his Megan.
Okay, so you're gonna look around the inn and see if you can find him?
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead and make a perception. search check.
21. Do you mind coming over and changing the background?
That kind of
So,
defeats the purpose of the baby.
You search through the inn for a good 20 minutes and you don't find him anywhere. What do you wanna do?
Just leave.
Alright, you leave. You guys all ready to go?
Yes.
Yeah, I assume we have provisions for the horses too, right?
No. Did you buy them?
They can eat the snow.
How much for
20 days.
20 days of horse meal?
Of everything we need to keep the horses alive.
So it'll cost us silver for the food for the horses per day. So
20 silver.
So they just feed her silver.
how much more room do we have on the card? Did I just pay its worth?
We have plenty of room.
Yeah, there's like 3 empty barrels.
It's half full. Or half empty, depending on how you want to look at it.
Okay, I'd like to get horse food.
alright. How many rations you getting? A gold word?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get 100 horse rations.
How many fit in a barrel?
You can fit 300 in one barrel. Or wait, no. That doesn't make sense. You can fit 100 in a barrel.
And you
So
buy how
I
many?
told them there.
Okay.
Okay. Giddy, giddy, giddy. You guys hit the road.
Jack. Don't you?
Okay, Google.
Hey Alexa.
It says, yeah, okay, Google.
So.
Hey Google. Hey
This is,
Google.
this is why the map sucks. Being on that
Did you
side.
turn off the mic?
Just,
Do you have the picture of it?
Yeah.
You sent it to me?
Hey Google.
Harrison's just projecting on there.
Very good. Harrison.
Oh, there's my phone.
Hey Google.
Hey Google!
What do you think of Alexa?
She seems pretty smart.
She's a damn dirty whore.
Oh, Harrison sent me a picture. What is this?
I wish they were just honest like that. Sent you titties?
Ah!
What?
I just see you.
I probably don't want to see
Okay.
it.
Ugh. Ground sausage. Okay.
someone's art project, I imagine.
Levi Sutton. Pictures. There you go. Uploading, 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 uploading. My Wi-Fi is not turned on. Uploading. Now.
Okay. So. So traveling with the horse cart is going to be slower than normal walking speed, so you guys know.
Yep.
But you're going to be safer.
Harrison will carry it until we need it.
So it only drops you by one step, so you just go down to 20 instead of 30. So that means it's going to take.
Does that count on road or not on road?
So road just adds 2 steps. That's how I do it. Like just makes it easier to manage.
So instead of going 50 with regular horses, we're on 40 because it adds to the minuses one.
Yeah, so you're going 40 feet instead of what would have been 50 if you were just had horses.
Okay.
But useful. So yeah, so all terrain is going to take about 6 hours to cross per hex, and then, or no, all terrain on the road is going to take 6 hours to cross. So that's
10 per.
So it's going to be 32 hours to get to Shelton. You guys want to head straight there?
Sure.
Okay. So you guys take the road. The first 8 hour, the first 8 hours, the weather starts to kind of shift, and it goes from a light snow to a more heavy, dense snow. Like the crystals are getting pretty big. That's what you guys really notice on the road.
Look at all these crystals, man. IMJO crystals.
Yeah. So, as you guys are traveling down the road, you are traveling pretty close to the Fallor Wood, and you can see the edge of the Fallor Wood to your left. And as you look out at the forest, you see some red eyes peering back at you guys from in the darkness of the Fallor Wood.
Do I see some evil?
It's more than 60 feet away currently.
We're good.
Right. So you guys keep traveling, and the eyes seem to be following you as you're along the Fallor Wood.
And they're not getting any closer than 60 feet, huh?
They're sitting inside the bushes.
How many eyes?
At first there's only 4, but as time keeps going on, eventually there's 10.
Oh, there's 2.5 spiders.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys keep going. You're getting pretty close to Shelton. Alright, so the weather starts to change again. It starts to, the snow kind of clears up and stops snowing really heavy.
Now is
Clear
Shelton
skies the rest of the way.
on top of the shelf or on the bottom of the shelf?
Shelton's built inside the house. So, yeah. So you guys arrive at Shelton. So you come upon, the road leads around this giant hillock. You see the back of the hill, and it looks like somewhat dwarf made. It looks like it's made out of just like dirt and coal and just a bunch of garbage just piled on top, and there's like big stones, and it's just this big giant hillock. And as you come around, there's this giant entrance that's kind of etched, like there's stone arches that are holding up all this stuff, and at the top of the arches there's like what look like stone fangs hanging down to make it look like a monster. But there's a bright light shining from within, and there are people coming in and out of the road as it goes down into the mouth. Guessing you guys go in?
Yes, we go in.
Okay. So what do you want to do? Just rest?
Rest up.
Okay. Let's see if we can find it in.
Still down 4 HP. Battle.
In the fight. Before I rest, I lay on a hand Seth and I go,
Okay. Yeah. So that's your level.
Crash compels me.
"Dirt Juden." Oh, man. Harrison, why would you send me that picture?
Why not links? I mean, I'm just looking at some of the pictures we have in our hangouts history, and I'm like, that's what we do. Really.
I know.
Right. So you guys arrive at 0 hour. Shelton. Everything resets. Okay.
Hello.
So you guys go down into Shelton. There are 3 good inns that the guards recommend. There's the Badger and the Bear, the most recommended one, especially for tall folk.
Badger and the Bear. Got it. I'll write that down.
You guys going there?
Yeah. Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
So the establishment's run by a younger-looking male halfling. Named Dwermy.
Wormy?
Dwermy.
Wormy? What was it called? Boar what?
The Badger and Bear Inn.
What was the guy's name again?
Dwermy.
Like Jeremy, but Dwermy?
Like White and Jeremy.
DWERMI. So he has curly golden hair and gray eyes. He looks like he's been working a lot today.
Does he look like he's an adult?
Yeah, for a halfling.
Good hour, sir.
Top of the morning to you.
Quite. We're looking for 2 rooms.
Okay, 2 rooms. That'll be a silver a night. Plus food.
Plus food. We have.
Or 50 cents. 50 cents. Keep saying 1 silver.
No take backsies, sir.
DM lighting.
Well, then I just play my pitfall dancer. Does that accommodate a giant?
Giant.
I look over at Harrison's taciturn.
He'll fit just fine. We have nice big room for him.
Alright, do you have any kind of like spas or bathhouses in the area?
So what are you guys gonna do with your cart? Are you just leave it outside? Or
Well, we're gonna check about stabling it.
Okay.
Do you have any spas, bathhouses, stables? We're on the road for about
yeah.
40 hours.
We can give you a gold for full access to the washrooms for the night.
Okay, what about a stable for our...
Stable will be 2 gold a night.
Damn, more in the rooms.
Yeah, stables are expensive food. Like, if you think about it, like, how much does it cost for your car insurance, for your car repairs and car maintenance? And of course, it's having a lot of maintenance too. Especially since you're going to be like storing a heat stove or 2.
Do the stables come with a fryer to take care of the horses?
Yes, we have many stable boys. They'll be well taken care of, well brushed up. They'll have a new. We made for an extra gold. We're even willing to put new hooves on them.
Alright, we'll go ahead and do 3 nights each. Pretty explore the area, see if we can find the people. Leave our good belongings. Wait, so hold on, how long is the trip going to take to and from Shelton? From Shelton to the temple.
Assuming we don't want to
4 hours. So 4 days.
One way. So I'm thinking we could do 2 weeks, rent out for 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks. Leave a good chunk of our stuff in the rooms. Like whatever we don't want to take with us. And that way, if anything happens, we're not having to loot bodies and all that. There's less chance of it getting lost or stolen from us in the road.
Okay.
You guys good with that?
I mean, if you're willing to pay for the stables and stuff, like so first,
No, it wouldn't
like,
be the stables. It'd just be like
so
the
you
room.
can open a temporary like it's basically like a storage vault at the local bank, and they do temporary.
I think I'd rather do that.
Okay.
Because a room is so easy to break into.
It'll be let's see, it'll be a gold a week.
Gold week.
I'm going to do that.
What kind of insurance does the bank offer?
They don't offer any up front, you guys.
Okay. So we pay for 2 nights sleep and 2 nights stable. Can you Gary, can you tell us where the closest bank is? A centralized bank?
Aye.
Thieving bastards.
Aye. Golden Harlot is the best bank in town.
Did you say harlot?
Golden Harlot?
I'm not sure I trust a big bank like that.
Alright. That's my kind of bank.
So as you guys are walking along the main road, you see these giant glass windows built into the stone walls on the side, and as you look out them, you can see the cliff face opposite it. And if you look close enough and look down, it just goes down to darkness, deep into the shelf.
Guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go piss off the edge of the world.
It's a glass.
So there, yeah, it's all glass.
Oh.
So you can look
So you peed onto the glass.
if you really want to.
Gosh.
No, because that's illegal. So I walk into the bank.
Okay.
I'm following.
There are 3 tellers on this side, and then there's a desk in the back corner with obviously the people who are sitting at it. All 3 tellers are sitting there. And there's
I want to talk to somebody about a storage vault.
oh, I can take care of you over here. So
I approach her.
you do that.
Hi, my name's Lex. This is Iris. Iris.
Hi. Have you ever opened an account with us before?
Nope. Not even from around here.
Okay. So standard fee is 1 gold per week. Would you be willing to, or we request a down payment for half the amount of time expected before, and full payment on return of your items.
That sounds fair. What kind of insurance do you have? What's your security like?
Ah, well, she smiles. We have state-of-the-art sorcerer and wizards on guard 20 hours a day. Always ready to protect your goods at the cost of their life. We also have our own hired Dwarven Thieves Guild, and they routinely check our security measures. Last check was about a month ago, and they didn't fare too well. Two of them actually died.
When's the next check?
I would say in about 2 or 3 weeks. It's usually random to keep us on the toes.
So if they succeed, what happens?
Well, they get large chunk of money, and we have to repay whatever items are lost to the owners. Full price.
Well, that's quite the conundrum we have here.
Well, okay, so let me rephrase that. Like, Now that I think about it, that sounds dumb. So they steal the stuff gets returned, and they pay them.
Well, no, I mean, like, if someone were to break in, steal it. Not the guild that tests it, but, like...
No, I misspoke. The guild, when they steal stuff, they hold it hostage to get money for it, basically.
Well, yeah,
And
why
then
it happens.
Yeah.
But if a thief were to break in and steal things, what would happen?
Well, that is a closely guarded secret.
Yeah, you can't exactly just try to poke holes in their security and ask them questions.
As a patron of the bank, what do I get in return for my stolen items? Is there some kind of
if your items are ever stolen, we will refund you the full cost of the items on an appraiser's basis.
Who's appraisers?
We use 3 different appraisers in town and take the mean between the 3.
Okay.
And if you so wish, you can make the appraiser's choices of your own.
Sounds pretty reputable to me.
Yeah. I'd like to have a vault.
Okay. How many weeks do you want?
2.
I just in case. You don't know how
If
long
we
it's
end
gonna
up coming back sooner, will we get a refund, or is it just the down payment we're expecting? Back?
So, if you close up your storage vault early, we will refund 50% of the excess cost.
Okay, sounds good. Can I get a vault for 3 weeks? I'm gonna put 210 gold in.
How big are these vaults?
Doesn't matter. Basically,
Well, I mean, like,
Big enough for everything we all have right now.
yeah, like, is it like the size of a closet, or is it like a shoebox?
Storage room.
You
Storage.
you could fit a wheeled cart in
Okay.
it. It's so think like a storage box. You know, roll up doors and everything. About that size.
That's for sure. Vault.
Now,
I'm just wondering if one of us dies, like, how we can access it. Grab the key, maybe.
I mean, we could probably set like a passphrase. So from here to the temple, are we going on foot with the cart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's how you got here in the first place.
But I thought the horse was going to survive the trip because of the heat. from
Yeah,
the
yeah.
cart.
Oh, I thought we had all rented horses on the way down.
No, you guys got the cart. The
You
heat
have
cart.
the cart and the horse is pulling the cart.
Okay, you have one horse pulling the cart, and he'll be safe and fine as long as he stays within 20 feet of the cart. If he's outside 20 feet for more than half an hour, he'll probably freeze to death.
Alright, so we're gonna go and I'm gonna go visit the 3 appraisers.
Okay, sorry, I missed. So, Amarillo, you're opening the vault?
Yeah, I'm putting 210 gold in.
So you're... Okay.
That's all I've got on me except my potions. Potions are gonna...
Okay, so it doesn't cost anything for money. They'll hold your money for free.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But if you want the item vault, it's gold.
Okay, I don't have any items. I
Okay,
just
so
don't want
210 gold in the bank?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we need.
We're gonna get you out involved for the card and everything.
Well, the cart's coming with us.
Oh right, roll for.
For the dagger.
Oh okay. So you
Okay, so you want to get one?
You usually save your deposit box for your dagger.
Yeah, you could see. Yeah, you could get a box for small items. For
Is it the same insurance as?
yeah, it's all protected by the same stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's 10 silver per week for a box.
So great it is in person versus the camera. The camera sees through it so much better.
I don't know.
So 10 silver a week for box storage.
Alright, I'll do
Okay, so that's gonna be 40 silver.
and I want to visit the 3 appraisers.
With the knife
Mm-hmm.
or dagger. So you opened the thing.
Did
You
you just
now
say
you're
what?
gonna get it praised, then come back.
Yeah.
I'm craving ice cream.
I almost bought some today. And I forgot.
Okay, so
Start weight watchers on Mondays. I'm trying not to get all the.
okay, so you open the account for 4 weeks, and then
I'll just give
what
it
do
a
you?
gold screw. I'm going to the 3 appraisers to get the
Okay,
dagger appraised.
Okay, so you there's a lot of appraisers near the bank. Like it's a pretty big.
Yeah, well, she says it was 3.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they usually use 3 and take a meeting, but you can use whatever appraiser you want.
Which ones?
Dilly wanted to find the 3 that they
So
were
I
going
mean,
to
the
use.
best way to probably find one is to ask
No,
me.
he wanted to find the 3 that they were going to use should the items be stolen.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you go to the first one and let's do an appraisal.
And a diplomacy. 23.
23.
Come on, man. I've had this appraised 3 or 4 times between here and Westland.
Okay. So the first appraiser, he says, well, you could probably get around 40 to 50,000 gold. I would estimate 44,000 gold
44,000 gold.
if it was lost.
Okay.
That other guy really underpriced it.
So, you go to the next one.
15.
Alright, well, I would say that it'd be about 32,000 gold.
Okay.
Third one.
That is going to be a 26.
It's a good 52,000 gold, I'd say.
So you could use any of those and take the number to the bank.
It's an average.
Yeah, the average is 3.
And is there one that usually highballs things to get a cut from the money? If things
You'd
are
have to
stolen?
find the right people to talk to.
Paladin, so I can't. I could sense evil.
Okay, good.
Let's visit one more.
Okay.
Appraisal. 26.
I'd say it's a good 41,000 gold worth.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
That 32 is really hurting me.
Yep. I'm rolling really high on that one.
Well, wouldn't that be better if you rolled really high? A higher appraisal?
No, I'm rolling it versus diplomacy.
Oh.
Accurate.
52
It
plus
was
52 plus plus
It's 8 o'clock.
42.25 thousand.
okay, say 43.
And there's more artifacts back in the tower too. Oh, we hit big, guys.
Yeah, we had to find somebody who's willing to buy it and has means to sell it.
Okay, so you're insured for $43,000 worth of loss.
I stick it in the bank.
And I just took some used to
Well, no, it's the payment for the dwarfs.
Oh, it's true. But you'd have the money to pay for the labor anyway.
43,000 for half the
Well, they seem pretty interesting. Well, it's a historical artifact. So.
Like it's the kind of thing that you hold on to.
So, so we rest up and head out unless we're calling it. Sep's wrapping up.
It's 8 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock.
We have to go get Nova at least.
Yeah. You have $20 on you.
Grab the mic real quick. You can send them it on Google Wallet.
We'd have to send to his parents, but he doesn't have the means.
You can do that. Alright, run to the bank. I gave you a 20.
We did not.
Week ago.
No.
A week ago.
You lost it.
No. I found it in my pocket. It was folded up in my immersion gray pants. And then I pulled it out and I was like, here you go. This is the 20 part of the 30 that I owe you.
And he did not.
And that's just what I remember. Because I owed you $30.
Yeah, okay, last I remember. You said you put it in your pants and you couldn't remember which pants you had it.
And they were in my
You
orange
could find them.
gray pants and I found them. And then I came home from the gym Friday. What was it yesterday?
It's Friday.
It's Saturday.
Yeah, it's not. It's what I meant.
I could be wrong. I thought I did. I could always be wrong.
You're gonna put it in here. And it's not here.
Just saying.
It's us change, we had to change for 100. And he says, no, but I go. Sucks to be you, welcome to real water.
Or write a check. We'll deposit it.
You can deposit stuff. I take pictures with the phone apps.
Does Seth have $20 on it?
I do.
We could send you money in Google Wallet.
Yeah, do you have a Google Wallet account?
Yeah, I do.
I'd rather. I'm not very good at following up on giving people money, so.
Seth's making it rain.
Thank you.
Make it rain.
We'll get Nova.
There you go. So like, I bought a bunch of these, and I haven't been using them really, except to like put some stuff up here. But now I'm like, oh look, now I got the bank all on one card. So much easier. Like, why didn't I fucking think of it before? Now I can get like a card sorter and just sort them by town and be like,
Rolodex.
yeah, yeah. Which is nice because then I'm actually writing it. It's like something about writing. There's like so much more like, I don't know. Like it's the same thing at work because I write all my stuff out for my inventory and I'm able to like recall all the positions of all the tools and stuff, especially the numbers that I'm used to, right? Like because I just like update like, oh that tool's now here. And it's just like when I just think about where it is. It's just like, oh there it is.
Whoop, there it is.
Oh,
Who that? The Reddit story where the guy's teachers like would like, what was it, detention or suspend them for?
Something like that, yeah.
Who said it?
So, how was this session? You guys, was that pretty fun?
It was alright. It was
It
just
a little slow at the beginning
Uh,
again.
uneventful, really. I didn't do much.
Yeah, you and Amberly kind of sat
Did
there.
I get XP?
Oh yeah. So for beating the guy, you get 150 points of XP.
Yeah.
The Harrison gets 299.
I'm not level 3.
He just stares.
Wow, I has 299.
Because then he is.
He's one XP off.
Oh,
Harrison didn't get an XP. He got 2,000 gold. That's his reward.
He got a hero point. Yeah.
Oh,
Or a hero point. Seth got 2,000 points.
so my friends want to get tattoos on this thing.
So what XP did we get up to?
You're at what you were at.
666.
I got some XP for beating the dude. So, yeah, we're all individual XP.
Yep. It's competitive.
A little bit.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys come up with interesting things to do.
Yeah, I was honestly just like trying to get Harrison to the fight, but fine, I'll fuck up the dude. Fuck it.
Hey, I bitched about my money on and went.
Yeah.
He got us a cart and a horse.
Yeah. Good job, Harrison. So
Or I might get that
we can.
right here.
So
117, 2017. Trump's inauguration.
So we could rethink of how we do the towns and stuff. If it would be easier just to be like, we want to go to a place like this, and then I just like name it and write it down.
No.
Because like, I mean, having like the only reason I put the time thing on the gun is because I was like, I kind of wanted you guys to take the time to prep for the journey. So I figured if I
Which
shoot
we
one-
didn't really do. We just,
Yeah. Well, you did other things, and you kind of got.
hey,
ready
go
for-
fight. Harrison's gonna fight. You with the sword.
Okay.
Seth's just like, God damn it.
But yeah, like, because I mean, it's mostly just vocals. And
Yeah.
I don't mind that.
Sometimes like the slowest parts are where it's like Billy's trying to like make sure that fucking thing is not gonna get stolen, and like, okay, how is it gonna work? You know, it's gonna get, and he's like, okay, no, there's gonna be this and this is gonna happen. Okay, how's it gonna happen?
I mean, it's kind of fun though, because
Yeah,
like
yeah.
literally, I didn't know what that bank was gonna be.
Yeah, well, sure, of
And,
course, yeah.
And it's just like Billy's like, well, what's the insurance like? I'm like,
Like, fuck, man.
we
It's,
need those 3 appraisers.
I don't know. It'll be fine. Maybe.
Make it up as I go along.
The dice. I'll roll the dice later, and I'm sure the dice will come out fine. Just don't
Yeah.
worry. The dice will be fine.
May the dice be with you.
Okay, so I just read that in the movie Goonies, there's going to be a subplot involving 2 escaped gorillas.
wait, in what movie?
In a remake.
They're remaking
no, not the
Goonies?
remake, the original. It was,
There was going to be. Oh, okay.
Harrison,
That's,
look.
Oh, okay. How fragile is it?
It's not.
It's actually pretty sturdy.
Crush yourself.
It's pretty light.
Yeah,
Like
'cause
I'm
it's only-
actually squeezing it fairly hard.
It's only 20% felt, so like it's pretty light.
It's
and
pretty
still
light.
durable.
Like an IKEA table.
Your furniture can go both ways, though. So, it can either last forever or die in the first.
You can use this to make like.
Okay, so now what we can do is get a little travel tool, down the windows, and put some zone stuff inside of it.
Well, it's yeah. So it's actually open on the inside. Yeah, there you go.
Hi, Nova.
Nova, baby. How's my girl doing, huh?
No.
Oh, your coat got stuck? How'd that happen?
Then we were at Safeway and we're like, you ready to go home, Nova? Go see mommy? And she's like, no. We're like, you want to go home, Nova, and go play? Yeah. And now Emily's not the center of the universe anymore.
Good for her. More free time. You can do more of what she wants. I've noticed since yesterday that she's been acting a little bit more adventurous. Like, 'cause it's like yesterday.
Is that cake?
No.
What is that,
Apples
Nova?
and mac and cheese.
Yesterday I sent her, she was like,
Who's there?
Amberly left for work, and Nova was just like
Hey, come sit with me.
watching her drive away.
Hey.
And after she drove away, she was just like, she like started walking up towards the street and like looked back at me like, I'm going this way. Are you gonna say something? I was just like, just crossed my arms and just kept watching her. She walks up the street. She keeps looking back. Just sat there. She walks all the way down to the end of the block over here, right? And starts turning to go up the hill. And I'm in my flip flops, pajama bottoms, and a shirt. So I just take off after her. And I finally catch up to her. She's like walking up the hill. We go all the way up to the top of the hill, and it starts pouring down rain. So, and she doesn't want to turn around. She's like, no, we're going to complete this walk. I'm like, fine. So we go across Broadway, back down. When we get to the hill, I just like picked her up and put her on my shoulder and was like stomping my feet all the way down the hill. So she was like,
You can't resist when you bring.
We got all the way down the hill and got back home, and it started really pouring. It was actually, we actually got a video of like me in silhouette.
Harrison, you didn't even see my hair.
I didn't see your hair.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Again. Again.
No.
Thank you.
Come, hey, hey, give me a hug. Give me a hug. Hey, give me a hug. Oh, is it repeating?
Yeah.
Give me a hug.
There's another video after it.
Oh, who's that?
So, any recommendations for improving the D&D sessions?
I
Anything
think
I
we're
can
pretty
do
good.
better to make it more enticing or exciting, faster, better, stronger?
I would just say punctuality.
Yeah. I'm not trying to make a habit of this.
Yeah.
I was actually planning on setting up an hour beforehand. So time flew by. So.
I get it.
Oh, excuse me.
Schmidt happens.
Yeah. Fuck
Nova, can you say Schmidt? Schmidt house?
Lisa Schmidt.
Maybe Ruben Van Jensen.
Is that
Schmidt.
now? Now. Move. Wait. Get chips. So animated and vocal now. It's so great. Oh, I found it.
What?
The other fate pack.
Uh-oh, spaghettios. Oh, I gotta put my... Alright, here's your phone. Here's my phone. Here's my character sheet.
Microphone.
Put it back in the plastic wrap. This is going to be painful like last time.
Usually is.
Here's my character sheet. And then here's the cart inventory. Pencil. Nova, you want to try one of my chips? Yeah? Here. Got her.
Did you see the video of the kid eating the onion?
Is it good?
She likes it.
Yeah, she's a glutton for self-punishment.
Too spicy. Is it spicy? Do you like it? And she finishes it.
Yeah, see, she's just like, so funny. Like, I was at the store, or at Curry's, getting food, and the lady there, or the girl who was taking the order, was like, oh, she's so cute. And Nova's like trying to climb one of these like double high chairs, like the ones that you sit on and there's a bar for your feet. So
Yeah.
So she's like trying to climb up on it, and like she keeps like looking at her, freaking out. I'm like, she's fine, don't worry about it.
That's not good. So.
Yeah, like basically. And she's like, oh, she's so strong. I'm like, yeah, she's strong. And I'm like, I climb up into my chair. And Nova climbed up and then climbed back down. So I climb up into my chair and I put on My Little Pony on the table for her to watch and have her climb back up. And she's like climbing up and she's just getting her last leg on, or her first leg on, when the lady comes over and she's like, oh, she's like, takes her other nose. I'm like, okay, sure.
Hey, let my kid fall.
I was trying to make her work for it, but I guess that works too.
Nova, do you like the dragons? Dragons?
Do I have all my dice?
Should be 7. I think, right? Really? So dice. Interesting.
Rawr!
There's always 2 10s.
Scare you.
7 dice. Yeah.
D20, D12, D10, D10,
D64.
D8, D6.
Oh, okay. Oh, in the
Box. Yeah.
yeah. That way Nova doesn't get into it.
Okay.
Dragon!
Rawr! Oh, it's a pillow. I'm sure that it's fine. Say sorry, Minnie. Oh!
Sorry, Billy.
Oh,
So sorry, Bill.
sorry, Billy.
Do you have fun with Papa? Do you have a good time over there?
Oh,
Dog turd mouth.
yeah, she licked me.
Where'd Harrison go?
You wake up being licked by a tramp. I was like, what's wrong with that chick? Why is she licking him?
Hey, tree frog.
Great fight last night.
I really hope those Google Wi-Fi router things are easy to set up. I don't know if they're strong enough to like penetrate the floors because they're not big.
I don't know. It's got newer Wi-Fi technology to use antennas.
Well, because that's another
The
thing. Though.
antennas use their internal.
Well, that's another thing too, though. Is like because I'm hardwired downstairs to a router right here.
Mhm.
Is like how's that going to work?
You can hardwire. You
We're
can.
gonna use it as a switch.
There's only 2 ports in the back.
We're gonna
Or no,
use
that
router
router
as a
will
switch. It's
that
not
router will
going-
be able to add extra ports basically.
Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna run it into the Wi-Fi and then out into that as a splitter.
So you'll still be wired.
Okay. And then the Google thing downstairs just plug in and like it's wireless receiving and
It's Wi-Fi.
well yeah, but okay, so your router has to have an internet source.
Yeah, that goes up to the other router and Nova's right.
That's what I'm
The
saying.
Modem.
That's what I'm saying.
And that modem splits and goes into our room.
Correct.
And that's where the other Wi-Fi's going.
But so what I'm saying though is like the router down the Google Home we're gonna put downstairs. Am I gonna plug the blue Ethernet cable into it?
Google Wi-Fi?
Whatever. The pod that I bought. The Google pod.
This?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is a Wi-Fi. This is just a Wi-Fi router. It transmits Wi-Fi.
Does it receive Wi-Fi? That's what.
No.
Okay, so I have to plug in the.
Okay, you just have to plug in the internet.
Okay.
Power.
So the blue cable downstairs is plugged into my
And then
Xbox.
there's another one that comes out.
Can we
so you
put
should
the
be able
map
to
away
plug it.
before Nova gets fit all over it?
We could.
Well, I mean, it's a little bit of mac and cheese.
I'm not saying it's
It's not
ruined.
hard
I'm
to
just
do.
saying we should do it now.
It's
Are you still
ruined,
cleaning up
Nova.
the messes?
Ruined. Nova, do you want blue hair?
I've been trying to stop myself from stopping Nova making messes because she needs to learn to clean them up.
You hand me my that's back right there. Here you go.
I was just gonna set it in your little pocket there.
Hey Nova, look. Is that bright? You like it?
Bucket.
Ba 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 Baran.
Where'd you go, Harrison? You were gone.
Noah, you want one of my chips? Yeah?
Mint chocolate Hostess cupcake.
She's
I've never seen
learning.
one of those.
No, it's too hot.
Is it one of those ones that just comes like an individual wrapped, or did it come in a box?
Yeah, it's just.
Hmm.
Well, it
Great.
came in a box.
Right, right. Not like the pack of 2 from a convenience store.
Yes.
3 of Spain. Put it on top, right? What you
Okay.
do, you take it and you just drop it and go and push that in. Push it in.
I want to see if there's 2 cards there.
Sorry about that.
Magic.
You're like, you're not ruining my trick, man.
Fuck you, asshole.
Usually she like copies
Well-
what I've said, and
Well-
I just expected her to copy what I said.
Right.
What is this one?
Well, she says she copies some of my swear words. Like,
Evidently.
So, there's a guy that I work with who is completely convinced that he's discovered Atlantis. And we were talking about the North American slave trading thing and the Civil War and all that the other day at work. And he's like, well, you know what the Civil War is about, right? Like,
Finding Atlantis.
I'm like, well, I mean, there are several theories on why the war was started. Just like feeding him, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, most people think it's about ending the slavery. I'm like, I mean,
Ending
yeah,
the slavery. Did he call it the slavery?
the slavery, any slavery. He's like, well, I mean, that's one theory, I guess. He's like, right? It was really about building a railroad from New York State all the way out to the West Coast where Lincoln owned a bunch of land. And I'm like, sure thing, man. And he was like, and us whites, we get in trouble for this whole slavery thing. Like, it's our fault. But you know who's really behind it? If you check the ship documents, he looks around. We're in an office, right? He looks around. He's like, the fucking Jews. I try so hard not to like laugh in this guy's face.
Yeah.
Hi, Jason.
Nova's saying hi.
Hi.
Here, you can talk to him in here. This is the microphone that picks up the voice.
Did you decide not to go with Billy Chip?
Too spicy. You want some of my chips?
Too spicy. Too spicy.
Too spicy.
I understand that. My
Listen,
parents have
too
gotten
spicy.
something today. And my mother had gotten
Too spicy.
Lay's Doritos.
I tried to find them today. I couldn't find them.
They taste great, but oh my gosh.
Okay.
Are they spicy?
Dying.
Are they too
Right.
spicy?
How do they compare to like the extra spicy Cheetos? Have you had those?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Those are fairly spicy, but I wasn't dying.
But now with this, it's like it must have just paired well with my sandwich, which is essentially the garbage. So,
Were you really wanting to get them out and do ice?
okay, I've tried that. It is literally just Sprite.
Sprite with caffeine, yeah.
Also, there's a picture of Lee and Amberly on the floor, kind of under the corner of the couch there.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of things on the floor kind of underneath the couch.
Yep.
This happens there too.
Yep.
It's maybe because I swear.
Nova, give Harrison a kiss. Aww.
Kosher.
Nova, where's mommy at?
What? I did? I did?
Eat it.
I can keep the onions.
Adam.
Oh.
I like the one where the kid pulls a knife on his sister's like, bitch, you ready to die? Or he's like, you ready to fucking die? And she's like, oh, I'm a bad bitch. You can't kill me.
Have you seen the hot water challenge one? So it's a live leak video because it resulted in this guy having third-degree burns for probably the rest of his, scars for the rest of his life. This girl, black girl, invents what she decides is going to be called the hot water challenge, and heats up a pot of boiling water on the stove, and pours it on the back of her brother, unbeknownst, and says, "Hot water challenge, y'all!" And he's like, "Ah!" And like the video cuts out.
Have you
Jesus.
seen the hot coil challenge now?
No. Oh,
They-
yeah, people are
This
just
guy put his arm.
Yeah, I don't know if that's real, but people are stupid either way.
I know.
See, I
That one's
figure,
just so funny. Hot water challenge, y'all.
I figure if we coddle ourselves enough, at some point, our evolutionary drive to just die is gonna take over, and like, it's gonna work in mysterious
Cyclops.
ways.
I was really waiting for somebody to like the ice water challenge. And like it'd be cold enough and the water just be frozen, it's just a block of ice. I was really waiting for that, but it never happened.
Passes out.
So is the network name and stuff all gonna stay the same?
Probably.
If he wants it to.
Captain, sensors indicate we are being followed by a 2018 Tesla Roadster.
Frick.
What the frack? What the Flint, Michigan? What? What'd you do?
So have you guys ever gone to r/rest of the fucking owl?
Yeah, a
Wait,
long time,
Rest
a long
of
time
what?
ago. Rest of the fucking owl. Remember the image where it's like the circles and then it's like how to draw an owl? It's like just circles and then it's like now draw the rest of the fucking owl. And it's like
Oh.
perfectly drawn out. Well, I went there a long time ago.
I'm amazed that there's something that's like, yeah, this is how you do it. It's like,
What?
What?
yeah.
What is what? Wait, I'm not crazy, am I? This looks like gibberish.
Yeah, it's a different language. It says Kanye.
Easy, y'all.
Kanye is not gonna help me sort out my Wi-Fi.
Hey, you don't know that. Like, how dare you disparage Easy? All done?
Easy breezy easy.
Nova, can you say Yeezy?
Easy.
Can you say Dr. Dre?
I get that.
Can you say in West Philadelphia, born and raised?
Yeah, West Philadelphia, born and raised.
Most of my days, chilling.
It's right.
School.
How about
People outside the school.
a tree?
Punching Nazis.
What?
Apparently, Oregon's most
Mama.
Of course it's Oregon.
what each state googled more frequently than any other state in the election. Punching Nazis. Is Oregon.
Nova, can you say sassafras? Can you say fire truck? What's another one?
Hot truck. You say hot truck?
No. Ooh.
You say apple?
Can you say ship?
My little nephew, no, cousin. I was staying at my cousin's one summer a long time ago. I was like 16. Like, because there was like a bunch of brothers, and the youngest one was he was like 6 or 7 or 4 or 5, something like that. He just like he had never heard this word in his life, but one morning he just invented a rhyme. He walked around saying "fuck duck, fuck duck, fuck duck." You tell him to say, no, that's not a good word. This was in Utah. he wouldn't have heard that word anyway.
I was like 6 or whatever. We were at the lake. I saw a duck, so I'm like, Bucky, Cucky, Ducky, Fucky. Well, I was like, hey! I'm like,
Hey Google. Pew! Never mind.
Thank you for wasting my time.
Hey Google.
No, it's mine.
No, mine.
No, it's mine.
No, mine.
Daddy gave it to me.
It's okay.
So I plugged the long blue wire into it then? Since it's the one that's going to be plugged in up here?
Plug the internet in, and you put that one in this, and then plug that in whenever you want.
I have one cable.
Internet go in, blue. Gray go out to Xbox.
Yeah, internet go in and cats come out.
Yes. Okay.
What was this, like a Cat 73 cable?
I don't know. It's one of my leftover extra ones.
See somewhere on the cable, on that text that's written.
Well, I plugged the text.
Some usually see.
Verified. That's good. That's good.
Is there a
Patch type.
Oh, nice. Nova's got pens. Look at that. Can I have that? And that one? Thank you.
Cat 5. Meow.
Just 5, no 5E.
Nova, ready to go upstairs and brush teeth?
Nova, can you say Adolf? The Nigerian kids learning English words on the chalkboard. You've seen that, right? Learning English language on the like there's a kid like someone writes the words up there and like one of my songs feminism is cancer.
Slap her.
It's a mock.
Parody? Parody.
Intolerance, intolerance again.
Molotov cocktails and Starbucks cups.
Spring Antifa for men.
Ready to go upstairs? Come on, let's go upstairs. Yeah.
That was not yours.
Let
No, it's not yours. Can I have it, please?
me have it.
No, it's not yours.
My mama did. My mama did.
I don't think we need to look for the other.
Remember the meme horse?
Shia LaBeouf.
Internet's gonna